I'm done, but I'll live.
So let's see. We are live now. Hopefully the audio levels are fine. They'll, figure it out. The reason we're going live is because recording this privately would be like a ton of gigs on my computer versus streaming it. We can then just have Twitch save the VOD. We can watch it back whenever.
Just don't let me witch laugh. We're gonna watch it back. I sound like
Oh my god. Yeah, all you're gonna hear is basically just like dogs barking in the background and the dice just clink, 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 clink. And then Mel just chopping apples. You guys never did figure out a name for your ragtag group of individuals that went down into the ruins. But like I said, you guys are watching this video footage you guys found in the ruins of this ancient civilization to discover what happened to the most advanced civilization on Samdara. So for this, we're no longer in 600 Dawn of Mortal Kingdoms. We are now going all the way back thousands of years to 13,601 Awakening Light.
I was just thinking sure.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
You subscribe? You gonna subscribe?
No.
You gonna donate?
Look at your thing. Who's like your top
donation?
Am I still sub?
I don't know, but I actually had looked and my last subs and donations were like happy birthday, take a shot. Like Dylan was trying to get me to take shots on my birthday stream when I was drinking.
I think I was on that.
Yes, that was the time that I basically died the next day.
It's gone down in history that night. Yeah.
It's really, really good. Like if you could look, there's a bunch of them big old saying, "What's up, dude?" All right. So we're gonna go ahead, unless anybody has any questions, any last minute things they need to talk about, ask. You guys have your stuff here for passing notes.
Yeah,
any notes if you guys want to.
If you have to pass a note to Mikey or to one of us, just let us know.
You guys have a little dry erase marker to put onto your character sheets. If you need other ones because they're not working, let me know. And you guys have your pencils. If you need to write anything down onto your character sheets, the Vis Culmini Google Doc. You guys each should have your own thing. Feel free to reference at any point in time. It is a lot, I understand. And for whoever is the trader, or however many traders we have,
Definitely not.
try to play it. Try to play a little secret. You feel free to text me at any point. Write down the notes. What? I think we're gonna go ahead and hop into this.
Okay.
We're gonna go ahead and start with rolling a d20. If you roll a natural 1, you die. You're out of the session.
Natural 1.
Natural 20. You have to do all the recaps going forward.
God damn it! Don't do that.
Let's see.
Hell back.
You're so close to the 20. 19.
13.
Okay, no one's dead. We're good.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Nervous first.
Let's go ahead and hop in.
Oh, I got chills. Something like this.
I'm already making.
We see a planet, clouds, ocean, land masses, mountains, a massive continent full of jungles and mountains, rivers and lakes. A tree taller than the mountains reaches out from the center of this vibrant jungle towards the clouds. The continent of Marelli, before it became the desert wasteland you guys know today. But this isn't our focus at the moment. We now move our attention to the larger of two moons, the older of the two moons as well. We find an advanced skyship completely covered and complicated looking, unlike any designs you have seen on modern Samdara, and even for this era, is ahead of its time. Quite a bit away from this landing site of the ship On the rough landscape of Kinnear's surface, we find a dwarvish man suited up in gear to help him survive these elements, part technology, part magecraft and spellward. A voice breaks through the communication device with static. Imperator, Losanar Orm reporting in. We made it. We did it. Back on Samdara, past the dense jungles, directly beneath the Arnasian World Tree, we see a group of individuals cheering and muse gather around an assortment of monitors that display the various scry feeds and transmit the sending signal between this location and the relay on the Palor 11 shuttle. Losanar Orem, a former Arcanum Technica engineer, Booker Gronsum, who is a Intervallum Invenio member, and Darvin Urs, a Legatus Militarum member, were the crew of 3 sent on this expedition to the first moon of Samdara to explore it. This would mark the first steps of traveling the star paths, and over the next 18 years, many more trips would be made and a base of operations would be built and expanded upon on the surface of the moon. It would be given portions of Gira Miskal's energy to be sent up with each ship. But now, with the completion of this base, a permanent connection must be established along with a planar gateway. This will be the newest district of the Kingdom of Marel. Losanar Orm has been appointed to act as the district's overseer and sole member of this district's atrium representatives. To honor this achievement and milestone of his success and the success of Marel, the Gala de Kinnear was announced, and you have all reserved your spots and made the necessary preparations to attend this fantastic event. Today will likely be a half day at work, as you guys want to have plenty of time to get ready for such a, grand event. And this won't be the only occasion. This will be the first of many celebrations to come. This is celebrating Losanar Orm being the first person to step foot on the moon. Then we're going to have celebrations for the newest planar gateway connecting this to another, a new district, as we did with the Andromedus Arcanum when they sent it to the Far Realms. But work is still very important for you guys, especially what you all do. You are Vis Culmini, council members of the pinnacle of power of Marel. The Atrium of Honor may put forth laws and legislation, but you all control the real power in this kingdom, and what a kingdom it is. Built almost completely underground, expanding the entirety of the continent of Marelli. Marel is advanced far beyond any other civilization at this point, where spellcraft is part of everyday life, and spells like Wish and Meteor Swarm are overshadowed by the 10th, 11th, and 12th level spell slots that we find in some of these mages. So, here we find a member of Vis Culmini at work during the mid-hours of the day of the gala. Sidril Hadrona, the Grand Arcane Engineer, you are frequently dealing with many calls regarding hardware, software, or other technological or arcane issues of the kingdom. Typically acting as the individual within Vis Culmini that would be sent to look into these issues. That your engineers and programmers of their Arcanum Technica couldn't solve on their own, or if it's related to serious networks or systems that are above their pay grade. But you are very hands-on in the sense that you like to know any and all issues that arise so that you are never caught off guard. A very different approach to this position than Gallus Renthis, the former Grand Arcane Engineer and your mentor. Now, hardware or mechanical issues are usually relayed to Isel Adron, the Grand Mechanical Architect, and energy-related issues would be sent to Salus Iralen, the Grand Siphoner. But you don't mind getting the first look at these reports that come up to make sure it doesn't lead to any future problems and doesn't escalate. And the majority of the issues you can solve, and you trust your own work rather than the work of somebody else. So today we find ourselves at the Northern Arcane Generator Facility in Garamiscal, the tech district of Marel. Can you do us the favor of describing yourself, but also how do you show up?
Don't do this to me.
So you see a half-dome pod floating maybe like 5 or 10 feet above the ground, and it's just smoothly riding. Nothing holding it up, it's just floating along. And you see a 4-foot-tall gnome with brown eyes and brown hair. He's got some simple ear piercings down. Very skinny, and his clothes are made of what looks like mechanical wiring. And it just drapes over his body.
Interesting.
Cloak.
Okay. And you show up in this domed hover pod,
Yes.
just smoothly cruising in, past the reflective metal sheeting of Kinurite on the buildings near the generators that is used as protection in the case of arcane flare-ups from the generators, which you would know to be a 2% chance of happening after a tribute is received. But it's just a precautionary thing. It's never happened. It will never happen. So you meet up with an Arcanum Technica member, Drew Johners. You would know he's the one that monitors Garamiscal and the Daza Malor systems. You appointed him yourself, actually. Right there, boss. So this is what we got going on today. Energy readings for the generator are a bit off, and I triple checked. I wouldn't call you if I didn't, but we're still not getting accurate readings. Maybe the monitoring program needs a full reset, because I don't think the generator is the issue here. It's running the same as always, but energy is like faltering and then surging every 5 minutes, causing the lights to flicker. The monitor systems aren't showing any of the power fluctuations though. So I figured I'd call in a greater mind to check it out and make sure I'm not crazy, but Gallus was retired, so I called you next. Just messing. But seriously, what do you think? What's going on here?
I'm not sure. Let me take a look at it.
Okay. So, first walking up to check on this generator's readings on the monitoring system, you walk into the back of these vault doors. You go into this first chamber where you see a kind of pylon that's raised up. There is a circular, almost keyboard that's empty. There are runes all across the walls, and immediately you start picking up runes with telekinesis and pulling them over in Mage Hand, placing them, and you start typing away as this kind of holographic display that circles around this middle pillar. You start kind of moving around and figuring out the systems. Go ahead and roll a Technomancy check. So Technomancy, you can roll either Arcana, Investigation, or using the Technomancy tools you have.
Investigation. I'll go with the Technomancer tool. 32.
32.
Yes, sir.
You are a member of Vis Culmini. You are appointed here for a specific reason, and you know all about Technomancy. So it seems that it is making energy just fine, but every so often there's a power fluctuation in the flicker of the lights. It's annoying, but not dangerous, that you believe. Running the diagnostics, you don't see anything that should be out of the ordinary on the systems, but there is something happening. So you know with the 32, everything on this system is on the up and up.
We'll try.
Possibly hardware. If you would like, you go check out some of the other rooms, and there's 6 rooms back here.
Checking all 6.
Okay, so you go to the first left one. This is where the pure magical essence comes through, and you can basically bottle magical essence for later on. There's almost like this little like microwave box that you can put in order to like store pure magical essence. You go into the next room over. There's going to be some of these large tubes where they basically filter in the different types of magical essence and separate it from the actual material itself. Eventually you find a room where you know this one has a big red button, 2 keys are needed to shut off in case of an emergency. The back of the hall you have 4 switches, different colors. Far back of the hallway to the left side, you go into the room and there is a pylon with a red crystal on it. This is kind of the battery in a sense. The energy that comes through is the fuel, but this is the battery. If you like to, you can roll an investigation check on this.
32 again.
32. Okay. A few things. You know about this. This is a Titan heart. Belonged to the Titan Galathos, the mate of the Earth Titan Rathos. It was responsible for the death of Talogenova, who was the first master of military during the Primordial Wars. The pylon, you actually notice, is a little bit loose. That might be what's causing it. It's kind of weird. The ground should be level. You probably could fix it.
Scrutinize it or something?
Yeah, you probably could fix it. It's probably a pretty easy fix. But also, the Grand Mechanical Architect typically deals with more of the hardware issues. You deal with more of the software issues. You might want to contact him to have one of his constructs come out and work on it, so not spraying your toes. If you want, you can fix it yourself.
He's
That's
part
up to
of
you.
Vis Culmini, right?
Yeah.
I'll just go ahead and shoot him a message and say, hey, if you want me to deal with this, you know, it's a quick fix. I can most likely do it. But if you want to handle it yourself, you know, it's in your hands, your decision.
Okay. From the communication devices you have, your badges, another sender will come over to you, and he's basically going to tell you, I'll send a few contracts over to check it out. Thanks for the heads up.
Sounds good. Thanks.
So he can check this,
I'm continuing to investigate.
but you're gonna probably look into it a little bit more. You go back to the monitoring system, and you're gonna want to try to dig a little bit deeper into this, because you're sure that a little bit of a wobble is not what's causing this.
Shouldn't be.
Everything else, wiring, tubing, connections, the planar focus, all that seems on the up and up. Go ahead and roll another check.
I'm scared.
Check. Sorry, I suck at math. 35.
35. Pull out a calculator
I
for
love
that
that we pulled a calculator.
That's insane.
one. Guys, level 22. Technomancy wizard, by the way.
Yes.
Can't do math.
That's what I've got the tools for.
Yeah.
Don't be talking shit, okay? Because I probably will do the same.
You deal with portals. You don't deal with math. It's a different thing.
It's gonna take me 5 minutes to figure out my math stuff.
That's right until we get to damage calculations. So you said 30. 35. Level 20 plus, guys. It seems that all the systems are fine, and the fluctuations are actually being picked up on the system. But it's marking it as a sub 1% power loss, which accounts as negligible. Although you know it should be flagged as an abnormal occurrence, except it's not. So you dig deeper into these files and start looking a little bit more. You look at previous reports. You realize the reason the power loss doesn't flag the system is because there has been a constant power loss of sub 1% on the report for weeks. And the system recognizes that as the new normal, so it's not flagging it properly.
So it's steadily building, and it's not realizing that it's going to become dangerous.
It is becoming the new normal. You can attempt to dig deeper into this if you want and try to push past some of these files.
Who else has access to these files? Was there... Well, yeah.
So, these type of files, some various different Vis Culmini members, but relating specifically to energy and energy levels. You know, Imperator, And you know, the Grand Siphoner, Salas Arala.
Oh, shit.
She's in charge of the energy of the entire kingdom, and all the districts.
I'll send her a message. Hey, Salas, I've noticed a very small percentage of energy being siphoned away, and it seems to have been messing with fluctuations over here. You know anything about what might be going on?
You send that message to no answer. It seems the line's busy or something.
Interesting.
I thought we were playing Clue. Like, I want to take down notes.
Looking through these reports, there's been a constant power loss of sub 1% on the report for 4 weeks. Going further past that, anything after this last month, the files are locked. Another interesting read is that it isn't a power
Are they
loss.
supposed to be locked?
Probably shouldn't be locked, not to you. There isn't a power loss, actually. You can see that the energy is clearly being rerouted and transferred elsewhere. It is being labeled as a power loss. The files relating to where it is being transferred show an invalid and null report. So, looking deeper into this, the Aethernet energy subsystem controls and files relating are either currently down or blocked because you don't have permission to see these files.
Vis Culmini.
You are Vis Culmini. You guys run this.
Why not have access?
Where are you?
So you sent Salas a call, didn't pick up, line was busy. You receive a call now. This is about the Western Garamis Galdolite defense measures are on the fritz. People are being rerouted to other Galdolites to avoid having to go to the mental maze system defenses. So as you're like, oh shit, there's something else. We're gonna go ahead and hop over to a new scene now.
Oh no. Not it.
I'm on to you.
On to what?
Kel Cornell, a burly, well-dressed dark elf man, a judge and member of the Damari Centris, is enjoying a meal of spiced pasta and mussels at Infrasa. Notices Lalandra, the Grand Keeper of Tribute, across the restaurant. Lalandra, if you can do us the favor of describing yourself.
So Lalandra is very tall, probably like 5'10", very athletic, thin build. She has pale white skin that has like a marbleization that like moves across as you watch. Very high cheekbones with a very like serious, stern-looking face. She has long, straight white hair that's slicked down and tucked behind her ears. Completely white eyes, and she has some gem earrings that cuff all the way around her ears. She's wearing just an all black outfit. Very just black and white coloring all over.
I think she copied me.
She is the complete opposite of you.
Yeah, she is, honestly.
What is your AC and your hit points?
Also, she is a core, so
Just gonna throw that out there.
Oh, what?
What,
Core.
AC is probably like a 25.
Like that's why she has like the marbleization moving across her skin.
What is it?
AC is 20, HP 273.
Okay. Quite a bit of a difference.
Well, I mean, never mind.
What else is
AC
that?
12, by the way.
AC's 12? Oh my god.
I got yours. You guys have physical sheets. I couldn't see
Oh.
hers to
Oh.
update the channel.
Or maybe.
Can I ask who said, oh my god, is that the dog? Is that someone's dog?
No,
I'm
the
blind.
boys.
By the
Oh.
boys.
Who even is that?
See, I'm fucking blind.
I can't read the name.
So, As you're walking to your table to get seated while waiting on Salus, a tiny framed dwarven waitress walks over to you with a small glass of an amber-colored liquid. It's from Mr. Cornell, as she points to the opposite side of the restaurant, where you see Cal Cornell, as he welcomes you over with a gesture.
I will head on over.
As you're walking over, you notice a tall, broad-shouldered Earth Genasi male in a suit stands not too far from Mr. Cornell, kind of arms just kind of relaxed in front of him. Probably a bodyguard of some type. Kel greets you warmly. Grand Keeper of Tribute. Truly a pleasure to have you in my company. Cornell. Kel. Cornell. I wish to personally thank you for all you do for the city with a glass of the finest whiskey this establishment has to offer. As he raises his glass as to cheers. However, I must admit your arrival here is quite a welcome coincidence, and it'd be rude of me to make you think that this is merely a pleasant chit-chat. You're quite a hard person to get a hold of, and while I have this opportunity, I have just the smallest of favors to be asking you. There's like a quick glance around before he speaks in a more hushed voice and kind of leans a little bit over the table more towards you. Alondra, we have a bit of a tight deadline for this next one, but I'm sure you can make it work, Grand Keeper of Tribute.
Of course.
On this, you'll find instructions. As the Earth Genasi produces a handkerchief from his breast pocket and places it on the table in front of you. A small folded piece of paper slightly sticks out. You grab it, he refolds the handkerchief back into his pocket. Enjoy the whiskey, he says while patting his lips with a napkin after finishing the last bite of his meal, and he stands up. The Earth Genasi walks over, hands Mr. Cornell his jacket, and then the Earth Genasi pulls out his Aethernet device and puts it over the middle crystal on the table, and you see the meal gets paid for. Till the next time, Alondra. Cornell says he walks off. The Earth Genasi keeper with a nod.
Always a pleasure, Mr. Cornell.
He makes his way out. So now from here, we're gonna go a little bit, not too far away, and I'm gonna hand each of you guys something, and this is
My knee is bruised.
Oh, she's standing on
You're
it?
too cute though.
these are for you guys to have and to know about, and whatever you guys want to do with this information, feel free to do with it. There you go. So,
I don't get one?
huh?
I don't get one?
Oh, my bad, I didn't hand it to you.
I was like, fuck.
Okay. Outside, walking the busy and bustling streets of Dazamalor, the commerce district, towards Infrasa, we see Salus Arellen. Salus, if you could do us the favor of describing yourself.
I am a dwarf, and while rather small, always wear platform shoes of at least 3 or 4 inches to appear the towering height of 5'2" in most cases. For a dwarf, pretty large. Sorry. I have vivid green eyes, long braided hair, usually braided in very intricately different ways, probably with magic. It reaches my elbows or past my elbows. Deep auburn hair, and I always have like trinkets braided into it, probably magical whatnots. and I have a really strong jaw, pink cheeks. I usually wear a tunic and loose pants in like emerald green or sapphire blue, things like that, with silver and gold embroidery. I like to be fancy. I always have rings, lots of rings with stones, and I'm pretty buff, but I look taller than most dwarves because of my shoes. So
It's all in the shoes.
yeah,
We
yeah,
love
it's all in
platforms.
shoes.
Salis Arellen, the Grand Siphoner of Vis Culmini. In Frasa, a fine restaurant. We'll be meeting Lalandra for lunch. And as you kind of turn the corner of the street, you see the burgundy decorations of the establishment coming into view. You receive a call. As you produce your Ethernet device, it's your older sister, Vanessa.
Oh, Vanessa.
Recently, she tipped you off about the rumor regarding a member of the Magistratus retiring. Hey, a handsome little birdie has mentioned a name and thought you might be interested. Durek Graven is apparently the member retiring.
Derek?
Plans on taking up teaching at the Andromeda Arcana again. Starry finds it weird considering last year was an election cycle and would have been an opportune time for him to retire cleanly. Retiring less than a year into a new term will be seen as distasteful and will be held against him if he ever plans on attempting to get into the Magistratus again. This news catches you a bit off guard as you actually bump into a small, blonde child. Watch where you're walking, brat, barks Aloran Praesworn. You're the heavily armored form of your sworn protector, a female dwarven bodyguard assigned to you by the Grand Core Shield. The little girl gives you both a dirty look with these kind of piercing blue eyes before she starts to get you into the crowd. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Bobby?
That's it, 21.
So 21?
Mm-hmm.
So you notice that she has elven ears, a bit of dirty clothes, and was actually barefoot. Which strikes you as odd, as Marel has a very low elven population, and they would definitely be wearing finer clothes and shoes. Aloran, your bodyguard, speaks up. Check your pockets, ma'am. The beggar children have sticky fingers. You check, but nothing's missing. Hello? Hey? You there, Sally? Look, I gotta run soon, but if you find anything or need anything, give me or Asteria a call. Love you. She disconnects the call. Crossing the street, you find Annabeth Praesworn, a very stoic wood elf protector of the Grand Keeper of Tribute, waiting outside in Frasa. She nods to you, and Lauren, as Lauren joins her, while you make your way inside in Frasa. Go ahead and roll another perception check.
Yeah, try not to give her the
Wait, what
the
color?
skin.
I'm 22.
I don't know.
22?
She has
Mm-hmm.
a weird tummy.
You notice Alandra speaking to Cal Cornell before he gets up and leaves the restaurant. As he kind of passes by you, with a nod, Grand Siphoner makes way on Earth Genasi following, kind of nods to you. You make your way to the table to join Alandra. You do notice you do have a missed call from Sigil, so at some point you have to reach back to him. But that's some important news to share with Alandra. The whole point of you had some information you guys wanted to share. And just lunch, probably plan some of the different outfits for tonight, make sure everything is, good. So, as you guys kind of sit together, you guys order some drinks, some food, and whatever you guys have to notify each other of.
Are you ready for tonight?
Oh my goodness. I think so. What about you?
Of course, of course. Have to play our parts.
Absolutely. And we have a part to play, don't we?
Of course. Anything new?
Just gotta call for my sis.
Oh, what did she want?
Actually had some interesting information to share.
Really?
I kind of look around though. Maybe we shouldn't chat here about it.
Let's scan the room.
You can do perception or insight. Insight is looking into people nearby, see if anybody's like paying attention. Perception just kind of see who's like kind of on the lookout, whatever. Ooh.
29. 28.
28.
35.
35 for
Perception.
perception. Whew.
That was like a low roll for me.
That was
too.
20 plus. Okay. Okay, Saren.
My perception's
Oh,
plus
nice.
24.
Nice.
Plus 24?
I was actually adding something else. No, just that.
Okay.
Mine was high.
Looking around, there are like some people maybe like 2 tables down from you guys. It's pretty busy restaurants. One of them, you know, one of the high, like, you know, well-reviewed establishments in a very, you know, popular part of town. Looking around, I mean, there's no one says that to you as like eavesdropping, but you know, in the city, everyone kind of eavesdrop.
Mm-hmm.
If you know, any of you have anything you want to do, a silence spell or something like that could probably be used to just kind of
Yeah.
keep people from listening in.
I was thinking
I believe that's a 2nd level.
Oh,
Lock your jaw.
What do you have? One of these?
yeah. I haven't ate some in a long time.
what was it?
One of the sour patch.
Oh, it's sour. Okay. Sorry. I'm going to. Yeah, just cast a silence spell. I can't find it, but you
Yeah.
said it's there.
Cool. You can mark off one of the 2nd level spell slots on your sheet. Just basically wrapping the silence around you guys, so that if a waiter comes in, you can still talk to them, but you guys definitely have your privacy now.
Okay. She had word that Durek is the one that's going to be leaving.
Really?
Yes. But why do you think that is? Why wouldn't he have done so?
Yeah, why now?
Suspicious.
That's right. Did she say what his plan is, where he's going?
He's going to teach. He's going to be going to teach
Teaching.
So-
in a far realm, right?
Yeah.
Previously, he was professor at the Andromeda Arcanum. Previously, he was one of your professors at the Andromeda Arcanum. The Andromeda Arcanum, you guys would know to be in the arcane district of the civilization. They took that school and they transposed it into the far realm. From there, they were able to advance and try out all their spells without any kind of worry about affecting stuff around them. I mean, the far realm, just blast off a meteor swarm and see what happens, you know? You can't do that in a busy city.
Fun.
And it is very fun. The parties there, crazy. But I mean, there are many professors at the Andromeda Arcanum, but to reach the Magistratus, that is... I mean, the only thing above that would be the Imperator, but there's not going to be a new Imperator, you know? So to kind of backtrack, it's kind of weird. But we also have seen a member of Vis Culmini, Gallus Renthus. He helped create technomancy as it exists. But he retired from Vis Culmini and appointed the newest member, Sigil Hadrona, to take up his place. So it's not unheard of to retire from these points of status, but it is weird timing.
Very odd.
What's pending, do you think? Have you heard any murmurs? Anything?
You know, I don't like talking to others.
True.
This could be a great opportunity, though.
I think so too.
I wonder when it'll be officially announced.
One can only wait and see. Perhaps tonight.
Perhaps.
Anything else?
I don't know.
Question. He's in. What was he retiring from? What position? The master?
The
Or
Magistrat's elected. That is,
above us,
those
right?
are the 5 elected officials just beneath the Imperator.
Okay.
And that was Dirk.
Dirk Croft.
Dirk. Okay.
Master of Arcane Arts.
Our plans might be moving more quickly than we expected of this.
Seems so.
Alright. Now, we're going to go ahead and hop over.
You can't have any words, maybe.
2 traders.
Moving from Dazamalor to the center of the kingdom. Ionot Marel, the heart of Marelli. Directly beneath the Ornassian world tree, the roots above the district. At the Vis Culmini quarters, where the Reactrix Core is contained, we see Nalia Albahir,
Okay.
the Grand Inscriber, with Isul Adron, the Grand Mechanical Architect. They're designing schematics, planning out the new permanent gateways between the kingdom and the base that was just built on Kinnear, the moon. Nalia is a tall, thin, dark elf with eyes like gray storm clouds and long white hair that lays perfectly flat down her back. She rests her chin on her hands, which are crossed on the top of a dark metal staff with a white marble orb fixed atop. And she watches Isul work. Isul is a muscular dwarf, medium-length brown hair that's brushed over to one side with his hand, never a brush, a close-kept beard, vibrant green eyes that peek over his freckled nose bridge and cheeks as he looks at these schematics in deep thought. This would be when Sidrill's call comes in and his soul gets word of the issues. He takes his metal bracer and shifts it and reveals an Aethernet device. He taps a series of buttons and 4 constructs nearby in Garamis Call will take care of the issue. As the Grand Mechanical Architect, he is in charge of all of the constructs of the entire kingdom of Marel, making him one of the strongest people. In the case of needing extra defenses and the Legatus Militarum can't quite hold as a military force and the police force, he could deploy any of his constructs or even the Warden class constructs, all through either his bracer or in Deus Donum, what was previously known as Gon's Forge. Nalia speaks up. Isul, and she says with a flick of her wrist and sends a little arcane thaumaturgy at his head with a bit of a smile. If you're going to be repairing or replacing parts on any of the devices that I've ruined so far, then let me know so I can add or reapply runes to new pieces. And I think we would all appreciate, if you're very capable hands, we're doing the repairs yourself rather than these gods-given robots. She says with an eye roll. A planar portal opens in the middle of this chamber, and we see Ezra Belmaris, the Grand Planewalker, entering to see a little bit of this flirting, which is pretty usual of Nalia told Isul. If you can do us the favor of describing yourself.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Let it
That's my favorite. I wasn't prepared for this. I'm scared. I don't like this.
And feel free to speak up.
No, I'm scared.
You're fine.
So I am. Where is my paper?
It should be in one of the laminated sheets.
I'm nervous. Don't do this to me. Here, what am I doing?
Where's your laminated sheets?
What's on my phone? Oh. Okay. I am a tiefling with all black skin, all black hair, long black hair, and completely black eyes.
We live in like yin yang under each other.
I have just a tiny bit of horns So like,
Just little nubs, or
yeah, I don't like
okay.
too big.
Not full Maleficent.
Yeah, I'm completely black so that you can't see me in the dead of night. I'm just there. Long arms, long legs, just this tall tiefling woman that is also very gorgeous, by the way.
I think in the description it literally says hot.
It does. It says hot.
Yeah.
I think when me and Tim are making characters, just automatically think that it's just trying to be the hottest ones. 'Cause
Yes.
we're like, if we're gonna make characters, we're gonna make them pretty.
You just slide like the attractive meter all over to you.
I was thinking of making my dude like deformed, and that's why he's in the pod, so that he can't walk.
Complete opposite. Jesus.
Nice of you to join us, Planewalker. We just about finished up the designs. If you could just go over them, make some notes. Not like it says. Azrael, you've done this many, many times. You go over designs, you submit plans, get them double checked. So go ahead and roll an Arcana check to ensure that everything seems proper with the designs, because you are the master of planar teleportation.
What am I rolling?
Arcana.
Mm, 17.
17. Everything seems proper here. There are 2 small alterations that need to be made, to which Isolde corrects them on the design. But besides that, everything seems to be in order. All of the runes that the Grand Inscriber has placed upon these designs will work. The actual design of the planar portal and gateway will hold, same as the one with the Andromeda's Arcanum. Everything seems fine. Isolde nods after the alterations, which you agree on. He yells out, "Luca, run these to Mona so she can pass them by the Overseer when he returns." Which we see a nearly 7-foot tall construct of Kinnerite plating, wiring and tubing, gears, arcane runes, and we see a unusual blue liquid flow through these tubes as this construct walks into shot and collects the paperwork from Isolde. You can see the designation number on the chest plate, construct 001. Luca is quite different from the rest of the constructs because he actually maintains true sentience, rather than typical programming that the rest of them seem to have. Grand Mechanical Architect, I will continue to ask this on each occasion. Could we not just go digital with these plans to save time? Isolde says, Imperator prefers some things to be done the old-fashioned way, Luca. Luca one nods. Makes way over to the entry hall of the Vis Culmini quarters towards the front desk where we find Mona Yos, the core female secretary of Vis Culmini. Thank you, Luca. Are you going to be attending tonight? Miss Yos, I believe I'm being tasked with running operations here tonight, but if anything changes, then I'd be so glad to make an appearance. I'd even picked out an outfit. She laughs. Hearing this, the gala tonight, you've been busy. You've visited 4 planes in the last 3 hours. You're always constantly busy. You didn't forget about the gala, but you just want to double check some things. So you look over your device to double check the invite. As you're getting to there, you see the Under-Kingdom Daily Report, which is the news that you guys read. Just kind of the top little headlines: canceled sports event due to player dying of an overdose. You see new details emerging about the mine collapse that happened almost a week ago in the mining district. There's a politician arrested for embezzlement and insider trading. We see the festival of the new moon will be taking place in Gormornis in autumn. The festival, it's always used to liven up and bring commerce to some of the smaller, slower districts. Then we get to the invite of the gala. Unless you want to look at any of the other headlines to see if there's anything further or, worthy of note, the gala invite says, "To the members of Vis Culmini, you are formally invited to the Gala de Kinnear, an evening of entertainment and drinks honoring Losino Orum's achievements. It will be held in the west wing of DD&D in Hlachasmirno. The theme of the event is reflection of the past and honor of our bright future." You look around at the various members of the Vis Praesidium, the Honor Guard, appointed to each member of the Vis Culmini. The different assistants went about working. You see Ron Sordat, the custodian who's already taken his lunch quite early. You see Crom Ardrum, the chef, the private chef for Vis Culmini, presents the dining hall with a variety of different food offerings, and you see many of the members kind of go about making their way over there to start having their lunch. Those of you who didn't go out for lunch sometimes will eat lunch here at the dining hall with a private chef who's one of the best chefs in all of the Under-Kingdom. Was there, did you want to look at any of those reports?
Sure.
Okay. Anyone stood out to you, which one?
The mining one.
The mining? Okay. So, about a week ago, there was a mining colony, which would have been should be bad. Grafam here, you know, you established a planar portal to the elemental plane of Earth that allows for the mining of infinite resources instead of shipping your own world of its materials. One of those mines collapsed. Many died. Many were trapped. It talks about how there is people blaming an arcane failure on the collapsing tunnels. Some people blaming that there isn't enough magic being used, and a lot of it's old-fashioned actual support beams rather than magical reinforcements. We do see that today one of the miners, or the family of one of the miners, the wife, and then there was a mage that was formerly a cleric in the old religious district, or in Marlos. The wife and the mage were arrested on charges of apotheosis, attempting to bring back the dead husband. Now, we know apotheosis is a big crime here in the Under-Kingdom. Acts of divination or resurrection attributed through a god, it's off limits here. The worship of gods is not outright banned in the Under-Kingdom, but the gods aren't looked upon favorably, and any acts of divine magic through the gods punishable by imprisonment or execution. So that's some of the stuff that has to do with the mines. A quick look over at the little sporting event thing. You just see some of the comments like "stay in good spirits," you know, and then another team is like, or the other side of the comments says like, "that team is a bunch of dopers on roids," and you know, you kind of have the complete dichotomy in the comments. Kind of looking through the news about the politician, was a politician of economy that was arrested under suspicion of insider trading. As there was a recording of him that surfaced with him saying, "Sell now, take your credits, take an extended vacation into the Andromeda section. In a few weeks, come back, buy your shares back when the price is at all-time low." And there's an actual shift in some of the stocks and the shares right now because of this news. And economic manipulation of this level hasn't been seen since Losh Morthon 700 years ago. I mean, and you guys would know about Losh Morthon was the former Master of Treasure on the Magistratus. For 1600 years, he was the Master of Treasure of Marel. And he was found guilty of embezzlement and treason and was executed. That marks him as one of only 2 members of the Magistratus to ever be found guilty of crimes. Other one being Erd Huthar, who was the former Master of Arcane Arts for about 4,500 years, until he attempted to resurrect his wife who had died in an accident and was found guilty of apotheosis and executed for those crimes.
Oof.
So, here in the Under-Kingdom, you don't mess with the money, and
Don't mess with the dead.
you don't mess with the dead. You kind of go over those, finish the plans. You eat lunch here at the hall?
No.
You go out somewhere and get lunch? You know, Dimension DoorDash it in? You get some food. Each of you has gone about and done some business for the day. You guys heading back to the Vis Culmini quarters, just to finish up your stuff before calling it for the day and getting ready for the gala. You guys all return to the quarters. And is there anything you guys want to do back at the Vis Culmini quarters? You know, here we have this entry hall with Monica Yos's table. We have the large circular room with many private offices for each member of Vis Culmini. We have the side hall that leads for the dining chamber and the kitchen. The other side is more of like the bathrooms and all that stuff and washrooms. Some of the assistants people live here. There are living quarters off in this bottom section to the right. Bottom section to the left, you have a lot of the same things you see at an arcane generator facility, but it's on a grander scheme. The planar focus, multiple hearts of primordial titans. We have tuning forks attuned to each different realm. And in this, we have some of these small red bloodstone shards that they use to cycle the magic to kind of help this power be generated, and it kind of helps balance out the core. Bloodstones. At the back of this facility, there's these huge vault doors. If you slide these vault doors open, we have a wall-to-wall vault of treasures and magic items, and we have many labyrinthian maze orbs, which we use to capture any and all giants, ancient dragons, creatures of the Fae, creatures of the Shadowfell, and we use those as tribute towards the Grand Core to help keep the power cycle going. At the very back of this vault, we have the world's most dangerous dragon to ever exist, the Crimson Death, chained up in the back, that we use to help break down the magical essence of those things tributed into the core to help the cycle of feeding the magic essence back into the tree so the magic can bleed out to the world and protect the world. And magic can be used by mortals.
It's twice a day. It's every 8 hours.
So you guys, it's like the core itself isn't necessarily in the main chamber. It's in the chamber beneath it. But at any point, you can raise it up into this floor. The shielding is so tight around this, it's probably maybe a little bit larger than like a medicine ball. With the basketball is the core in the middle, and you have like a medicine ball around it of a shielding, and it sits on this large pedestal. Typically, the system runs itself, keeps everything maintained. Everything's, on the up and up. If you need to manually work on these things, you would sometimes bring it down into the bottom chamber where things are more secure, so that you guys can drop the shielding ever so slightly to get working on the actual core itself. Very dangerous protective gear. Okay. Is there any of you guys doing anything back at the quarters?
Would Kasara be going to the gala with me, or?
Tell me. You guys probably have a +1. You guys want to take him? Or if you want to take him, you can.
Is that your husband?
No. It's my apprentice.
Oh.
Other question? Does Elise have an invite that I know of? I would assume so, since.
So, I would say with Elise, you more than likely would have to probably
Have her as my plus
have her as a +1, because she is an assistant to the Vis Culmini. Only Vis Culmini was invited. You know, this is gonna be a lot of the movers and shakers of the city.
Gotcha. Then I will formally extend an invitation to her.
Okay.
I'm gonna head to my office and I'm gonna call for Kasara.
Okay. Core female, the assistant apprentice of the Grand Keeper of Tribute, Kasara Lagavin, makes your way into the office of the Grand Keeper of Tribute. You call?
I'm gonna go ahead and cast a silence spell.
Okay.
She on. Mark that off.
Alright.
I have a job for you.
I'm listening.
Tonight, I need you to go to the Atrium Hall and keep an eye on Bertrand Villar.
Bertrand Villar?
Yes.
Just keep an eye on him.
I need you to handle it.
It will be done, Keeper.
Make it look like an accident.
You got it.
Holy crazy bitch.
It will be done, Keeper. Kasara says.
Kasara, come here. Turn around.
Turns around.
I fix her hair, braid it.
I was on a mission. I did not get a chance to fix it.
We always need to look presentable.
She kind of just she's gonna say something, but she kind of stops up and is like, "Thank you, Keeper. I will work on that."
Thank you, Kasara.
You got it.
Is Solace at the Vis Culmini area?
Sorry, Grave.
Yes.
What'd you ask me?
Solace, are you there?
Sit down.
I think so. I'm gonna go look for you.
I was gonna go look for you. So I'm assuming we ran into each other.
Yeah.
You guys find each other.
Ah!
Get my message earlier.
I did. I apologize. I was at lunch.
Ah, I see.
I was looking for you directly.
Gotcha. So you know where that drain is going? Because I wasn't made aware, and I've got no access to the files beyond 4 months ago. Which is a little bit weird.
So,
4 weeks ago.
4 weeks.
Correct you.
Sorry.
4 weeks? I'm gonna have to take a look. Let me look at it and see what's going on with that.
Salas. He should have access to these files. And you said something about where the drain is going?
Yeah, there's a drain. Pretty small drain, but it's been building slowly. So, as it keeps on going up, it's detecting that as the new normal, so it's not alerting us as
Does he
a
know
dangerous
that
thing.
it's getting put somewhere else? Do I know this?
Roll Arcana check.
Okay.
And you said, what was
24.
it?
24?
Okay.
It's basically been below 1%
Right.
every single reading.
Mhm.
So it's like this. It's this constant.
But
As you look at, it's not
And he knows
growing.
it's
It's
getting
just the
moved.
same thing, just 1% across the board.
right. But you also said that no, that was a 2% chance.
2% chance of a malfunction
Gotcha.
post tribute.
Right.
And he saw that it's getting put somewhere else, or was that some other insight that you had?
He saw it, but he hasn't said anything about that yet.
Okay. So
Well, I said
you didn't say. You just said
it is getting
it's
drained.
losing power.
Yeah,
but you didn't
somewhere
say
else.
Yeah.
But I don't know where, and I don't have access to the files for that, which is concerning, seeing as to how I need to be able to look at stuff and fix those things if need be, or warn people if it becomes an issue.
So you said he was 24?
Mm-hmm.
24. He should have access to these files. He's not the keeper of energy. That is your job, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he does help out with these issues, but he should have access to these files. And it's weird that he doesn't. He's also mentioned something about a drain, which you would know if there was a drain.
I should know.
On a 24 Arcana, you have no insight into what he's talking about.
So I don't know what's happening. Ooh.
If you want to go into the monitor systems, you have the skeleton key to any of the files relating to energy within the entire city. You can go and look this up. So go ahead and roll Arcana or Investigation. You get advantage on this because this is your domain.
I need advantage.
Oh. Oh.
Horrendous. I gotta switch back. So yeah, that's like 19.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Could
So you fell off your bike?
No. In the opposite direction.
It's embarrassing.
By the way, if you don't mind me asking, what's your deception?
Oh, you.
You don't have to tell me.
She said, excuse me. Hello.
I don't know.
Do you like apples?
Yeah. Okay. So what was the total?
Just a little because you're big and a lot.
19?
But you're
Okay. Looking through the master files, you find, he tells you about the generator. You go to that generator, you look it up. You have access to these files. You can see all of this. As you're kind of going through, I don't know if you're in your thing doing this by yourself, if he's looking over your shoulder, or if you're kind of, if he's there with you and you're both looking at this.
I think I'm letting him look. I want to be like, I don't know. Trustworthy. You know,
Okay, so
just
some-
fancy.
You go into his files, you see what he's looking at, you see it's transferred, and you go and you click, boop. There is a null and invalid report on the transference of that energy.
How long ago was that?
It's 4 weeks. You can look back at files further than that. Let's go for 2 months. Same thing. 1 year. Same thing. You can't see where it's going. It is the same constant or sub 1% energy drain and transference. On the, you said on 19?
Mm-hmm.
On 19, you go to a different, you're looking at the northern generator, you look at the western generator. You have the exact same thing. You go to the southern generator, you have the exact same thing. You go to a different district, the northwestern generator. Grab from here. You see the exact same thing.
God,
Hold
so
on.
confused.
So we get the report still from like 6 months ago, right? And it
She's
says
going back years at this
Yeah.
point, and it's constant.
I just want to see since how long ago? Hundreds, thousands?
How many years
years?
you want to go back?
I'm just gonna go back. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go
We're
back.
gonna go
1,000 years.
100 years, 1,000 years.
How long have there been reports? How long have we been?
Okay.
Start from the beginning.
3,000.
Give it all enjoy, please.
Keeping
Just
records
enjoy.
of this because we put this in place 5,000. 5,000 years ago.
No, the Reactrix Core would have been put into place, roughly, we'll say, I think it's like 2,500 or 3,000 years ago.
So sure, shoot for 2,000 then.
So 2,000 years
Yeah.
is still in process.
Still there.
3,000 years. We go to the day of the Reactrix Core,
So just in
still
case.
there.
That's
We
just
go
me
back
letting that happen
before
while you're
the
gone.
Reactrix Core.
Okay.
It's still there.
How is this not?
The null is there,
The null and
Or
valid
the-
reports are for everything.
but the loss of energy. Is
The loss of
still
energy
there?
is still there constantly, and anytime you try to look at where it's transferring to, a null and invalid report.
But it's been transferring since before.
Before the Reactrix Core. Because you guys know the core is the central thing that helped boost everything. you guys still use these arcane generators previously.
Right.
Those generators across each district, those were used before the core basically could power boost everything. You still use them to a smaller extent as basically auxiliary generators at this point. You go back thousands of years and you're seeing the same files.
How would I not have caught this?
How did nobody catch this?
Hold on.
Follow the horse?
Okay.
Anyway, I'm wondering if there was some kind of magic hiding this. Can I like try to detect? I'm trying to see if there's anything recent, like an
I think this is more on.
illusion.
I think this is more on him.
Yeah.
He can use magic within the
yeah.
system.
So I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna say, hey.
You can go ahead and mark off a detect magic or an identify.
What level spells? Detect magic.
If you want.
3, 2.
Are you doing what? Identify?
I'll do identify.
Identify is first level.
First level. And another question would be: Is it storing that power somewhere, or is it being drained because it's being used? That's what we need to figure out, because if it's been storing that power somewhere, that is very dangerous. A very huge amount of power stored somewhere, ready to go off.
So, before we get to that, looking at it, the Reactrix Core energy, the main energy core of this entire city, does not show that.
Not what?
It doesn't show that. That's fine. There's no loss of energy in the main core. It is only the auxiliary generators. So use Identify, and you cast it into the system, identifying this report and trying to figure out what's the cause of it, where is this going, is dispelled.
Wow. Can I use anything better than Identify?
What you got?
Do I got like Legend Lore or something?
You want to cast Legend
I
Lore?
don't have Legend Lore, but...
Mm.
Alright, fair. Let me take a minute to look through some stuff here.
I'm getting salami power refill.
I guess you.
Good.
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 I forgot that you don't like the taste of salami on her mouth. But do you like it in your mouth?
Pause. I don't like salami and cheese. I just like got so tired of it at Luigi's, and it's
I thought
like.
you still liked it.
What's the one that
You
I
know,
like?
Calabrese.
I think for now, I don't really have anything, so I'll just have to look into this further whenever I can, but obviously I'm not going to be able to cast spells to figure out what this is. We're probably going to have to go check out the actual hardware and see if there's anything directly connected that's draining some of we don't know.
Someone has a one USB plugged into charge
Right.
from
Yeah.
every single station. If you want to look at like a big report, let's say this century, what's happening with the energy in the entire city, you can look that up.
I'm gonna, let's look and see if there's any like exception reports for energy flares, unusual energy flares entering anything. I mean, I don't know what kind of reports.
Just blows my mind that this wasn't caught before.
But I can't understand how it wasn't. Okay. Ooh. Report.
I didn't expect them to whip out
I
Just put out all the data.
For those listening in, I just handed her this chart of the energy breakdown of the entire energy network within the Under-Kingdom of Marel.
Thank you, Dylan. I appreciate it. Thank you too, Spencer.
They call him handsome.
Did you not hear me laughing at it?
Oh,
You were looking at it.
It's true though.
sorry, Cody.
I was just joking.
I don't know. I mean, I see there's a 1% miscellaneous.
1% miscellaneous can be
It's anything.
really anything.
Bless you.
It just
I
It could be nothing. It honestly could be nothing. But the fact that we're getting a null report and we don't know where it was going to is very concerning.
So on this list, you have miscellaneous, which can be attributed to many small things, whether we're going to take a portion of energy for the festival at the end of the year, whatever it is. Typically that's per district, but sometimes things can change. The battery is a constant where basically you guys store energy from each tribute, each grand tribute. Every 100 years we do a grand recharge. You store 10% of that energy in case anything was to happen. This is your backup generator. The rest of those should be districts and stuff. And then you also have a small section for the Andromeda sector in the far realms. You will have to find a way for this to basically be able to fit in a new district, the moon. The Kinnear district will need to have energy. Right now it's siphoning off of Gira Mescal. But you know it wouldn't be that sub 1% loss. You guys are sending actual like battery cells up there at the moment. Once the planar gateway is opened, you guys can send energy directly through your system.
And we would know if there was a leak, right?
Yeah,
It would be pretty obvious.
It'd be very obvious. I mean, we're talking pure magical essence energy.
Just
This is the percentage of energy where it's being allocated, but imagine.
So this has only been for the last year.
Okay.
You can go back further.
I want to compare it to the previous year. Oh my god.
Do you really?
He really has it.
also, you have
Amazing.
since you have access to these reports and I don't. Is there any way that you can give me access to these so that I can look on them on my own time?
Can I
You
try?
share the link?
Yeah, you basically
Can you share?
add him to your Google Docs.
I'll share the Google Doc with you, but I'm gonna tell you. I think you shouldn't say much about it yet.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna look into it more.
You only give him viewer rights.
Yeah.
No editor
Can't make
permissions.
this.
Don't share this information. Okay.
Yeah. So this is, we're going back 100 years for that file.
Yeah, that's
You're looking basically at 100 years in a review to see if there's any changes.
So there's some, but not.
Where? Why did you know?
Playing with the microphone, like I just realized my chair is so squeaky.
That's why I have not moved whatsoever. I've been so still.
She was like WD-40 before we started.
I was actually going to use one of those chairs, but I was like, if I squeak, they can deal with it.
Okay.
It's just going to be me listening to it back like 4 times on repeat.
You made changes.
There's less power going. This is if I add this up, this is going to be 100%.
Is it?
This is my favorite game to play.
Math.
Like, I don't know.
I have a Dr. Pepper.
Let's just say, I hope my math is correct on this.
You're like, yeah, no, it comes out to 100%.
Yeah.
It shouldn't.
I'm like, fuck did I do wrong there?
Yeah, I don't know why.
The little glue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm like, what the hell is that?
It's
thought
on
it was
a
something
lot
red,
of
but it's just
cans
glue.
lately.
The last
Sorry.
there's literally glue on this Dr. Pepper box I got too. Like all the cans were just like filthy too. Like, they just smelled really.
Well,
It's because
that's
how many probably
because
exploded
somebody-
inside of it?
Yes, somebody dropped it, a can exploded, and then they
Dropped
dropped another one and that
everything.
exploded, so they took the good ones out and
And put it
repacked it,
out.
but they didn't wash it because they're freaking idiots. I hate
Merchandiser, brother.
I took off my paint today.
Oh, that's terrible. Sorry. This is
I think I'm gonna take it anyway, so.
I just tell them
Yeah.
nothing
I was like,
looks
"Oh,
that
it's not
wild.
strong. I'm just the paint.
Do you want to go back further?
Yeah, let's go back another 100 years since you probably have the.
There's no wild fluctuations or anything.
No. She
She's
did
also
do 100%.
an accountant, so she's gonna do the math correctly.
Hey,
I'll
I'll
email
leave
that to her.
my
All
brain's
my
He's
very
like, yeah,
tired,
here's all of
so.
them.
That'll take you back 600 years from now.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
Okay. I love that you did this. It's really hilarious, but it's probably boring.
Wait till next session, guys. This is a loaded gun. One of you is the traitor.
How many bullets has it got?
3. Let's hope no one has shield.
You can't. This is bad for you.
Sure.
Sorry.
You're like,
I'll float away.
shoot. I got 2 guns. One says counterspell and one actually is an actual gun.
I mean, I'll review these. I'll let you know if I find anything suspicious. You're free to look at them as well.
Uh-huh.
You have the
Go ahead.
You're gonna see like, put like white out on them and like change numbers, like totally realistic, accurate representation.
Okay. Well,
Nothing jumps out to me immediately.
Sorry.
yeah.
Mhm.
I don't even know what I would have to go look into to
His arms like popping.
Captain's trying to
see
do that
if I can
over-
do anything on my end.
Can you see if you can run any reports? See if anyone is accessing areas they shouldn't be. Why we're locked out of this?
Well, that's
Yeah, sure.
that's
Oh,
what
I
I'm.
thought-
I'm just looking. No.
That's what I'm a little bit worried about. Is if I try to look into that, maybe I won't have access to see who has access anymore. I don't know why I was locked out, and that's somebody was definitely trying to hide something.
I will say, I mean, you've been able to access these files for probably a few hundred years now.
When's the last time that I accessed them?
We're gonna go ahead and say probably about 7 months ago. And you probably looked at something similar to this, but not. You didn't notice this. The only reason you looked into this is because there is a flickering light every 5 minutes at the northern generator.
Right.
Give us a call.
That's the fucking one we see.
That's the fucking one.
I swear to God, it is.
Obviously, you didn't fix it.
Shit! That's not good. Alright, I'll stop looking into it then. Self-fulfilling prophecy right there.
Wobbly pylon.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
It's my baby, guys.
What you doing?
Okay, so as you're kind of looking over these, it's about 7 months ago, you looked at these files, probably look at some like energy report, make sure everything's working out fine. Probably do with sending more of the ships up to the moon and energy allocations, helping her out. This, like the only reason you looked at this is because this flickering light just basically was like, it's like, imagine like, hey, when I turn on my light switch, my fan starts going. Like, what the hell happened there? And you kind of look at this stuff, you look at the wire, and you realize, hey, there's a pipe ball on my wall. Like, you wouldn't have realized it if it wasn't for exactly for that, you know? So it's kind of this weird, like, okay, this is very interesting. But now you're kind of looking on this, like, well, what's happening? What's the difference? When did this change? Now, for you, I will say, people who have access to this, Isol Adron, Cedro Hadrona, you would have access to this. She would have access to this. The Grand Inscriber would have access to this. The Grand Core Shield, Grand Keeper of Tribute, and the Grand Drake Warden would be the only ones of Vis Culmini who don't have access to these files because they don't fucking need the access to these files.
Innocent.
She helps with energy from other planar sources.
Yeah.
She's had access to these files. The Grand Inscriber puts runes and helps
what you're talking
with energy sources on stuff. She helps enchant these batteries and these arcane generators, so she should have access to these files. Isaldron works on the hardware, but he also needs to make sure that everything's on the up and up. So when he builds something, he can test the system like, hey, energy readings are fine. The Overseer obviously has access to any files any of you guys would have access to. He needs to. The Magistratus likely could have access to these files, but that's not what they do. They don't. They're not on the. Yeah, that's like the day-to-day stuff they don't deal with. They help. They're like. It's as if like a council of 5 presidents basically that decide on things, but they don't actually do anything besides just say things and those things happen.
They choose the direction that we go.
And if the Imperator even knows how to work a computer, he would, probably have access to these files because I assume he can have access to any file he wants.
None of these have more than a 2% variance.
Okay. Do they all add up to 100%? Or
They do. Well, at least the first two.
I'm gonna go ahead and say time and say I'm gonna say yes. They all add up to 100
Yeah,
because
they all add up to
I don't want you to
100%.
spend another 40 minutes trying to add each of them up. They add up to 100.
can I look at the program?
Mhm.
I'd like to see if it was programmed in at all to account for the almost 1% being lost, so that it was like, hey, ignore this. This doesn't exist type of stuff. So all this stuff that's happening, 100%, yeah, we're good. That way that's never noticed.
With those files that she has, those charts, those readings, with any of the files you guys access to, between the two of you guys working on this, it's very easy for you guys to look at the programming. The 1% miscellaneous or so, that accounts for any type of fluctuation and variations within the entire kingdom. Now, the Grand Core, the Reactrix Core, doesn't have any of that variation. It is constant, pure energy. The generators around the city, these are the ones that are showing that each one has this 1% loss that is treated as a normal, because it is the normal. It's been this way for thousands of years.
So each generator is losing 1%?
Every single generator in all the districts is losing sub 1%. And it's being treated as normal because it's normal.
But if it's been that way for thousands of years, and it's not a leak, if it was a leak, bad shit would be happening, then it's got to be going somewhere. It can't just be, oh, it fluctuates. It has to be going somewhere. You don't just lose that energy.
You don't lose that. Because if all of these are sub 1%, and each district has 4 of these generators, you have 12 districts in the city, not counting on Japanese Arcana.
And I'm assuming my mentor has never mentioned anything about this.
Nothing. And he created Technomancy. Helped create Technomancy.
Okay.
One of the co-founders, I should say.
Well, let me know if you come up with anything. Have fun looking through that. I'll go try to figure something else out. I would like to give...
You can either give her advantage or you can roll with her. You guys both roll Technomancy checks, either Arcana or Investigation, on these reports.
Ooh. Okay.
Can I use my Technomancer tools for that? I would assume so, right?
Let's just both roll.
Let's go ahead and roll. 32.
Where is the tech?
It should either be...
Right.
Right here, Technomancy tools.
I don't think that would be worth 1% over 1,000 years.
27.
27.
Shit.
Did you roll or did you give her...
34.
I rolled.
34? Okay.
So 34?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh.
You can click on these and kind of look to see which things go into, like security network, all that stuff. All these numbers you can expand upon. 100 years, 200 years, 400, 500, 600 years of data on your table. Looking at all of those, you have a constant where one of these stays constant the entire time. The pattern isn't in the variation, it's in the constant. Looking at this and looking at it, security systems, energy levels, any of these systems in this district always stay the same. So either it is just the most well-designed and efficient system, or the readings are falsified.
Falsified.
So, what district do we have? If you want to give him a few papers?
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, I see the battery's the same, but that makes sense.
Yep.
We're keeping it at the same.
Battery should always be the same. There is a.
Like
It's a lot, yeah.
Like, look at. Oh, no, not that one.
There's like 16 different things on there.
Yeah, but I still, every time I look at it, it's different.
Orad Malvos. Is that a constant 5% at least on my reports?
Me too. Oh my god.
Bjornis Muvid is as well.
No, that one.
I'm at 3%.
What?
For Bjornis Muvid?
I have a 4%
Muvid.
Muvid.
It has a variation. So
Has
I think it's
variation.
Orad Malvos. That's the only one.
All at 5%?
5.
Agreed.
Which one is that?
Jonas is the same. Obviously, battery is the
Yeah.
same. Miscellaneous does have
Miscellaneous.
about percent variant.
Yeah. Andromeda's changes. Ornis Muvid changes. Bolstered Marrow's changes. Latest Smyrna changes. Organ Malor changes. Gormornis changes.
It's like you're casting a spell on land right now. All the furniture is gonna start floating.
They all
Was it
change.
Cardi B's real name?
Yeah.
So that is. What does that district do?
Orad Malvos.
What does that district?
It, for the gods, was formerly a bustling district dedicated to the worship of the gods. Oh, that makes sense. Until the Imperator also banned the worship of the divine. So, we're not really about that. So,
I'm not putting anything together here. I mean, my brain is slow. But
So,
and also, why does it have 5%? Seems like a lot for a district that doesn't. Does anybody even live there?
there's
yeah.
residency. The people who live there. There is
Actually, can I get one of those reports back?
Yeah.
there's business. There's commerce. It's smaller. Like I said, like Gormornis is the same way. A city dedicated to basically being like retirement grave, yard community or like district in a place where people live forever and never die. Like those are gonna be the lesser occupied districts. So for those things, the Festival of New Moon typically takes place there to liven up, bring commerce to these slower districts. Gormornis, Orad Malvos, some of the smaller ones. You would also know that there's like, let's see here. You guys can roll history checks. Well, you guys can roll history check on this.
19? Not great.
19?
29.
20. Oh, god damn. 1929. Great year. You guys have maybe about 100 years ago, maybe less than that even, maybe like probably midway through the last election cycle, there was a member of the Atrium of Honor, Bertrand Villar, male dwarf. He was part of the economic. The Atrium consists of 5 members per district. He was the economic lead of Orad Malvos, and he wished to see a return of religion so that the district could prosper again. He actually was threatened with charges of apotheosis for this. So instead, he's now changed his goal to a renovation of the meaning of the district so the district can prosper again. So we know it's it's kind of, for the last few thousand years, it's been a dying district. Each year, the newer generation kind of moves out of it. It's a smaller and smaller declining district.
But yet it's staying the same.
But it's staying the same. The energy rates are staying the same.
Allocation.
If there's less people and less activity there, the energy usage should be smaller. And as you guys know, it's the second oldest district in all of the Under-Kingdom. Arnott Morel was the very first one, or Ed Mavos was the second.
So,
Sorry to interrupt. Does Bjornus, for you, average above 3% on any of your reports over there?
does what?
Bjornus, Move,
4%.
okay.
But that's, I think that's the only.
What's the highest percentage?
That's the highest
4?
percentage, is 4.
And that's the second smallest. So,
And it
most of the
went up.
time, it's getting 2% more, or Orad is getting 2% more than Bjornus. That's just... I'll have to look into that. Who did you say the guy was that runs that little area?
One of the 5 people that runs it. Because within the Atrium
Okay.
of Honor, we have 5 people.
Mhm.
We have a member. They each represent one of the 5 core aspects: culture, economic, environmental, political, and social. So the Atrium of Honor is kind of like this House of Representatives in a sense.
So, yeah. So
He represents the economic, prosperity and well-being of Orad Malbos.
That's,
And you said this guy was accused of apotheosis?
He was threatened with the charge of apotheosis when
Gotcha.
he brought a bold claim to the last cycle, saying we should try to bring religion back, into this.
Gotcha.
Worshipping is not banned,
Right.
but anything having to really do with them or
Yeah.
their divine, need is apotheosis. So he was like, hey, let's just we want to liven up the thing again. So now he's basically saying, let's move away from the religious aspect of this district and let's revitalize it. Let's revamp it, do something different. Like, let's do sports, guys. Like fucking football games here.
I'd like to set up a meeting with that guy.
Esports. A meeting with him?
Yeah, I'd like to set one up. Maybe after the gala.
Okay, you got it. All right.
after the what?
The gala.
Oh, okay.
The gala, guys, the gala is happening. You guys have spent like 30 minutes in here just fucking put over this.
I'm not even worried about that. I also need to contact my apprentice.
Here.
I'm assuming he has a cell phone, right?
You guys all would have an Ethernet device.
Okay, my Omni tool will whip out and
Yep.
it'll melt and reconstruct itself into a cell phone.
Yep.
And I'll go ahead and give him a call.
Okay. You call Abaddon Elastar, the dwarf male apprentice of the Grand Arcane Engineer. You would know he was formerly Arcanum Technica member. He was a generator engineer at Garamiscal at the Southern Generator Facility.
I was like, hold on.
You give him a call.
Hey, so I'm gonna be a little bit occupied today over at the gala, but I stumbled onto something a little bit weird over at the North Generator.
Yeah.
There's a constant 1% or about 1% drain that's going to nowhere. I don't know where it is.
Okay.
And it's been happening for thousands of years.
Oh, sorry.
Why?
You said thousands?
Thousands.
Okay.
Before the main reactor core was even built. I'm not sure where it's going. If you could look into it, keep it on the low. Don't really, spread this information around. But just let me know if anything comes up, if you stumble on anything.
He goes, okay, this is for, which generator is this?
North Generator.
Okay.
Well, it's all of them are getting drained.
all of
but
them,
North
all of
Generator was having issues, and that's why I stumbled onto it.
I will, well, I got the gala. I'll go ahead and check out the Northern Generator.
Appreciate it.
Under the guys just helping it out, and try to get some reads on and see if there's any wire, anything I can find out. I will let you know what happens.
Gotcha. Let me know if anything comes up, even if you need to interrupt me at the gala.
All right. You have a good one.
You too.
Fucking dick. I wanted to go to the gala. All right. you two. You have talked to Kasara. You guys have figured this out. Were you doing anything at the Vis Culmini quarters before the gala, or are you guys going to try to head to your house and get ready for the gala?
I was actually going to try to find her before.
Her?
Yes.
You find her as she looks finished with the day and is ready to leave.
I was finished with it.
Rough day?
Average.
What's going on with your assistant and Sigil?
Huh?
What? I've stumbled upon them quite a few times, and
Sorry.
every time they seem, hush up and stop talking.
Which one are you talking about?
Elise? I wasn't reading a thing.
I know I see. I'm not too sure.
Oh, she hadn't mentioned anything to you? You didn't have a job for her?
Not that I can recall.
Close. Do you talk to her much?
Yeah. Constantly.
Just thought I'd let you know.
Sigil,
Yes.
have you reached out to Elise about the +1?
How long is it till a gala?
It'll be 6 o'clock tonight, so you probably have about a good 4 hours.
4 hours. She's got to start getting ready. I'll give her a call.
I would say you don't have to give her a call. She's here in the office.
Oh, hello.
You walk her across the office, where she's in the dining hall, and you go and find her.
Nice running into you here.
You guys happen to have this conversation, look over to see Sigil currently talking to her. Any perception checks to see what they're talking about?
Of course.
Okay, roll them.
You can just give me a nod or a head shake.
God damn
for
it,
that.
Sydney.
Yeah. Sorry, 1 second.
I don't have great perception.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Please.
Not of any concern. What is your armor class at the moment?
Nothing terrible.
Are you below 100 hit points right now?
God. I'm 22.
I'm just kidding.
Don't, because I will fucking murder him in front of everyone.
Probably. I'm not too much of a fighter.
12 AC, guys.
33,
33. What'd you get? Okay.
but I also have observance, so if I see their mouth, I can see
You can see their lips moving.
Oh my god, I didn't really
The subtle awkwardness of Sigil saying, "Would you like to be my +1 to the gala tonight?" To which she is like, "Of course, I would love to go."
I just hear her whispering to her as I'm watching.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Do I notice anything?
Roll a perception.
Just them looking at me.
Natural.
I want to act like we're not doing anything.
9. You're asking her to the gala, and you are a little bit blush cheeks at the moment, and not too busy paying attention to everything else that's going on.
I just asked her to go.
Huh. I thought she was a lesbian.
It's at this point you hear a surprised "oh" from Mona Yost at the entry hall of Vis Culmini quarters as the doors open up, and walking through we see none other than the man, the myth himself, Imperator Bron Demoxys, walk in.
Should I hop out of my pod? Is that like...
You can see
You've been around your pod?
He literally floats around in the hover pod.
Like,
He's like Baby Yoda. Just
And she said yes to you? How embarrassing.
Whoa!
what the hell?
I'm talking about
Standards,
Also-
sweetie, standards.
Also, I'm assuming she's like, what, 2-3 feet taller than me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, he needs to be at least your height, dear.
We're friends. What's wrong with that? Shit.
Dude, at this point in time, it's springtime, so it's Short King Spring. It's fine. So, Imperator Bron Dumoxis walks into the building. He is tall, sturdy for a dwarf. He has a long, thick, black bearded braid adorned in some jewels. These jewels are probably more expensive than anything that you guys own. Everything you own combined. Each of these jewels. He rings of power on each finger. He has not a staff of the Archmage, but he has a staff of every Archmage. This guy casts 12th level spells as if they're just fucking cannon. Like, there is just nothing. He is probably the closest thing you will ever see to a god. 12th level magic is the ability to reshape reality at a whim in the way that a god would do with a miracle. He has turned the Under-Kingdom into what it is today. You see dark hair pulled back. You see beautiful vestments, never armor. He has no need for armor. No one would dare challenge him. He has beautiful tattoos up his arms, on his hands. He has red lines down his cheeks. He is just this presence, this power to him as he walks in. He kind of looks in. Everyone is like stands at attention, and Mona goes, "Welcome, Imperator." And he kind of puts his hand up to her, walks into the room. As you guys are kind of like going about your business and gossiping, still looking at reports, he moves his hand and you see the Reactrix Core just comes out of the floor. He controls the entire kingdom. And he kind of walks over to her and looks, and it's like looking at your pride and joy. You know, he rebuilt a little 67 Mustang in his garage, and he fucking loves this thing.
Polishing.
Yeah. Vis Culmini, I want to thank you all for a smooth recharge. Last century's tribute. He goes, we look forward to the next century. With your help, of course, guiding this kingdom forward. He goes, I assume you all be attending the gala tonight?
Of course, Imperator.
He goes, first of many festivities. It was the plans for the planar gateway. They were submitted. It was, and we have made sure we have allocated enough energy for a connection. It was, I would like at least 10 Elder Giants and 10 Ancient Dragons at the ready to be tributed to start off when the new district is fully established and finalized.
Of course.
He kind of walks over and you see he waves the hand. The shielding on the core melts away. Above. In the room. But the arcane shielding around him keeps you guys all safe.
Okay.
He puts his bare hand to the core. The core itself is basically a miniature sun. Just one that won't burn out. He puts his hand to this. Rings all light up. Tattoos glow red across his arm. You see him go, and for those of you who are able to see and monitor spells as if they were like looking at a book with a title, you can see that. You know what spell he's casting without even having to see hand signs, hear words. He's casting a spell. And this is on an 11th level. into the Reactrix Core. He is using the energy of the Reactrix Core, and he is sending pure magical essence to each and every person in the city. And you've seen him do this after a grand recharge every 100 years. He utilized the Reactrix Core to give magic to non-magic dwarves or those people that are pregnant and ensure that their kids will be able to be mages by sending pure magical essence into each and every person. So even with this, some people still cannot tap into that and are mundane. But in a kingdom of about 5 million people, we have 98% of them are mages of 1st level or higher, with the majority being 5th level or above. This is all thanks to what the Imperator does every 100 years. This is practically as if he's, you know, you could be a wizard or a sorcerer or a warlock or a bard. He will be their patron man, practically, by granting them all power through this core. And you've seen him do it before, and every time it's a wonder to behold.
Is that accounted for in the report?
It does not affect the report.
Oh, okay, cool.
In the core's energy is supposed to be siphoned through the tree and spread out to the world,
Right.
because he wants the world to have this. This is a centralized, localized version of that. You know that there is the only person in this company not accounted for right now is the overseer. Overseer's not here.
Probably overseen it.
With the rumor of a magistrate selective stepping down, he has been a little bit absent from Vis Culmini as he's probably trying to politic with people and help kind of encourage the vote.
I'm assuming I've heard about this rumor by now, or not?
Yeah, you guys have all heard about this rumor. He kind of puts the hand down after this is done. The shield on the core establishes, and he basically puts his hand like this, and the core just goes into the ground back to the underchamber. He walks over, the hand moves, the vault doors open. These have like 6 different security locks on them. They're just hand waved off. He walks in. You see all the different little orbs on the wall representing each different, you know, like even some of them archfey, you know, some of them over here, different things as it kind of walks through. And he, Crimson Death, he kind of looks at it and goes, just kind of nods, pats it on the snout as if it took a pet or something, as if it's lying dormant. This thing is permanently kept in the slumber.
We're on his team.
This thing is permanently kept in a state of slumber and basically coma by the Grand Drake Warden, Agnazod Fangblade. He walks out, closes the doors behind, and he goes, "We have truly created something special." He goes, "And to a 13th district pretty soon. And to many more beyond that. For every planet we find past the moons." He goes, "Vis Culmini, I appreciate your work." And he walks out and the doors close behind him. Everyone finally breathes.
You're like hiding the reports.
Switching off computer. Going incognito.
Yeah. The toilet flushes and then the overseer walks out. "Hey guys, what I miss?" No, you guys have anything else to do here at the office? Or are you guys gonna part your ways and get ready for the gala?
It's time to get ready.
I'll ask Elise, are we like matching, or is just wear your own thing and it's kind of whatever, you know? I mean,
I don't
Man,
think
inviting you, so...
I don't think you can match me.
Okay, I understand that. Yeah.
Maybe lose the
But, like,
wires.
red, blue, green. What are we doing?
Black.
Black.
I'm literally looking like this, like.
Where am I? Am I in here?
Yeah, you're in the main chamber. You're watching
I
all this.
just realized that I'm all black, and my teeth must look really white. How scary is that, dude?
That's awesome.
Can you imagine being like in the dark and you just see me smile and you just see teeth across? Sorry.
Like the Cheshire Cat.
Yeah.
All right. You're in the main chamber.
Okay.
Sorry. I went to sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go chat with these ladies.
Okay.
Just be like, are we out of here or what?
Do you have your dresses for tonight?
Yes.
What are you wearing?
Black, of course.
I can't wear black. I'll look naked.
Is that such a bad thing?
No. Sorry, Romeo.
Alright. Without anything else to do, you guys spread out. You guys get ready. And you can just do separately, whether you're at your houses or off by yourself, or we just reconvene at the gala.
I'm good.
Wait, can you remind me again? The gala is. What are we celebrating?
What?
What are we celebrating again at the gala?
Losenar Orum and his achievements on basically being the first person to walk the moon and then
Oh, that's
set up
right.
his base, basically, which he would be, you know, the representative of
Celebrating the
this.
13th district, basically. But then you were talking about somebody else retiring.
We haven't heard about it yet.
You guys haven't officially heard about it, but you believe Durek Graven will be retiring from Magistras Electus, which would then open up a new spot, which a dwarf of Marelli could be elected to that spot and would act as one of the 6 rulers of the entire kingdom, just under the Imperator.
Just making sure I'm not missing anything.
Basically, it'd be the next step above Vis Culmini. So you guys at your houses, you guys get ready, you guys get dressed, and we find ourselves a few hours ahead, making our way to the DD&D at in Hilatus, you know. So let's go switch over here.
I wonder if they've got pod parking at the gala, or should I just leave it at home?
We should just leave it at home.
Do
You know, I can't complain because I also hate walking and running, so I just try to.
You just teleport there.
She does.
It's not fair.
She uses planar gateways as a ship, which, funny enough, that is how the Galderlight system works.
That's awesome.
It is
Oh,
tunnels
yeah.
of just pure planar portals where you just boom, 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 and it sends you through multiple places with the different times and different planes. You're allowed to fill and take out as long as you want. If you want to get a 30-minute ride while you enjoy your food on the Galderlight, you can. If you want to be there in a second, for you it feels that way as you teleport instantly across vast distances. A world of magic.
I got a pod though.
So there is a party for Losenar Orum, and you guys are now making your way to the West Wing, and you guys have found your way into the gala. The gala is very tame at the moment. They're playing slow music. None of the entertainment has really started, but champagne glasses all up and down in aisles. There is charcuterie boards. There's hot Cheetos. You have a fountain of chocolate. You have a fountain of just of Sprite. You walk by and they grab cups of it. Beautiful. You guys see members of the atrium. You guys see most of Vis Culmini's here. You guys see Yeah, overseer is not present. You guys see members of Damari Centris. Some of like the generals of Legatus Militarum are here. There is just a wide variety of people here. You see some celebrities, people from TV shows. You see people that are singers. You guys.
Isul and Nalia come together.
Isul and Nalia,
matching?
they do show up together. They are not matching. But as they show up, she definitely has like her hand on his shoulder as she's quite a bit taller than him, especially in her heels. You guys.
Is it vibe or celebrating on this?
He would not be on that list.
Okay.
Yeah. Losner Orm, he is here, and you currently see people congratulating him. He's wearing a fine suit, well kept beard. He shakes their hand. I could not have done so all the work if everyone around us. Typical. You guys can see there is Lanera Sina, a core female. She's a singer. And she has a residency here at this place where she typically sings. And tonight, she might be making a performance. But she's also here with 2 champagne glasses in her hands, and she currently is down in both of them. Nice. As she puts them down and walks over and starts picking out grapes and stuff. Looking around, you guys see there is a kind of burly, dark elf male, Cal Cornell, currently here. Shaking hands with people, talking. Someone says shots, and he walks directly over in that direction. Amzar Kraborn, the High General of the Legatus, is here. There's so many people that you guys can see about, and it's just, quickly it fills up. You guys approach, and if you guys would like, you don't have to. If you guys want to describe your new appearance, whether you're wearing a tailored suit or just something that you found left over that your dad went to prom in, like.
I would assume that all I did was snap my fingers and have my wired robes reform into what looks like a tailored suit. Kind of. I mean, my best approximation. I would never wear them.
Yeah. Are you a little bit like a pudgy dude, or are you super thin?
Super thin.
Super thin.
You can tell this dude does not work out. He doesn't even walk anywhere. So he's just skinny. But he doesn't eat.
He has baby legs like that.
Yeah, basically. Are any pudding around?
There is pudding. Yeah, you gotta find some pudding. We'll go to Lalandra.
I have a picture.
Oh, okay. He's like, I'm gonna do Pinterest for this all night.
I looked at Pinterest forever. Instead of the red and gold, though, it's different shades of silver. So the dress is very tight fitting, and it's made to look like it's dragon scales until it flares out.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, way better than me.
Yeah, but instead of the red and the gold, it's different shades of our silver and our gem, basically.
Okay.
Gold would clash with all the white.
Picture.
Like a trophy hunter, just wearing.
Yes, I'm wearing you can see every beast I've probably killed. Just make it look,
Well,
just stitched together.
No, I mean it's an actual dress, but it just looks like it,
Okay. And over here with Ezreal. Ezreal, do you have an appearance you want to describe? Or just a pure black hot
Pinterest
dress?
looking.
I'm not wearing black. I'm wearing red.
Red, okay.
So your enemies can't see you bleed.
I don't ever bleed.
You will.
We'll find out. It's gonna turn out like a big ass fight at the end, and she's gonna get hit once.
It's a bruise.
Cut.
It's a high neck red silk dress, but the back is super low, and it's all the way to the ground.
Okay.
Nice.
Salas?
Because it can't be flat.
I really like a lot of sushi textures. If that's so, it's kind of like this, like very.
Okay.
But
There's a pop
Yeah,
up.
pop up.
yeah, so you can see a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. So like
Cover his shoulder.
that covered shoulder, very
Midsection open.
drapey,
Yeah.
long, and then instead of my pants, I'm wearing a long skirt, so you can't see my 6-inch popcorn. I went 6 inch. And whatever.
So you
other
can't see
various
that I'm
things.
hung like a horse.
I'm hiding under there to be found.
One cartwheel and someone's getting a black eye.
Oh shit. I was laughing too hard.
All right, you guys make an entrance. Nolly over here, dark elf, beautiful, white hair that's still flat on her back, and she's wearing this like electric blue kind of like dress. And as you look at it, there's like flashing of like the storm kind of.
Something
The
else in
alligator?
here?
The Grand Inscriber,
Oh.
Nolly over here. Isol Adron is wearing just basically a tailored suit. You can still see he has that gauntlet on his hands for his own devices. You see Agnes Fameblade approaches wearing a outfit that would be of typical presentation of royalty or nobles in Dragonspire. Even though he has long pushed away his ties to Dragonspire in favor of the Under-Kingdom of Marel. But he still wears that kind of attire. However, he has his Vis Culmini badge front and center on that, instead of what would typically be the Fameblade family crest.
What a snake.
Dragon.
Well,
We see the Grand Core Shield, the Grand Core Keeper, is not here. He will be at the Reactrix Core, maintaining its safety and integrity, while the rest of his company is off doing some partying favors, as is his job. We have this would be one second. Now we would have Adris Cavestral, the Grand Overseer, in his, older kind of dwarven self-approach, and he's wearing a kind of nice buttoned top, a little bit of like a frilliness to the wrists and along the neck a little bit, more of like a kilt-like bottom. And he has many like rings and stuff in his beard, and his hair is all kind of pulled back into this kind of like really thick, wiry man bun. And as you guys walk in, you guys be like, "Oh, Grand Overseer!" The first time you've seen him practically all day. And with him, you see probably about maybe 7 Atrium members that he is currently talking to. And you can see he is very much in the, like, guys, I'm keeping you close to me. Make sure you know where the vote goes. You guys are at this gala. You guys can feel free to entertain, to talk with other people, to do whatever you guys wish to do while you're here. Anything that stands out to you guys, any person in particular you guys want to talk to, you feel free.
I'll just go around enjoying the festival or the festivities for now, and eventually I'll try to make contact with the police and see, unless whatever.
Okay. You see, there's you try to go around and talk to people. Some dancers come out, and the dancers are more of like kind of ballet style dancers, and as they kind of dance, they present drinks to people. And it's, really kind of like soft, like ballad type of like song playing with the performance of the dancers is slow and dramatic to that theme. And you try to meet up with Elise?
Elise, yeah,
Yeah.
eventually.
So you do find her.
I just lived over at you.
What are you two doing? Are you three? Are you guys talking to anybody? Are you guys finding anybody?
We're together, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm just observing everything.
We need you to mingle.
I'm mingling.
If we want this to work, we need to get everyone on your side.
I go, give me a shot. And I take a shot. Something fiery. Fireball. And then I'm like, okay. And then I just smile on, and then I'm gonna go mingle with them. Probably gonna go over towards where the Grand Overseer is and see who I can,
Sway.
get away from his little circle.
All right, you go over there. I want you to go ahead and just roll a persuasion check. We're just gonna see
What was the name of the guy saying, I want your votes? Who was his name?
the overseer, Aegis
Part of
Cavestal.
our
27.
27. Okay.
I'm gonna hardcore watch him.
Okay. So as you're kind of talking, and he's talking back to you. He's, the overseer kind of has a little bit of conversation with you too. Formalities, pleasantries, but you talk to a lot of the atrium members around him, and there are some of the atrium members who are very old-fashioned and very traditional, which seem to stick more with him and how he believes. And then you have some members, like you see a female tiefling approach, Vea Alcora. She is practically the only atrium member that's not a dwarf. She is a tiefling. She made it into the atrium just through kind of her force of will and just her charisma. She represents the social aspect of Latismirno, and she was elected for her views on opening up Marel to the world. And she faces constant pushback from more of the traditional dwarves that like to keep our isolation that we've established since technomancy was created. She wanted to kind of keep her, or kind of a little bit like showing the world what we have. And as she kind of approaches, and she definitely, what you're going for, she reiterates upon. And between her and you kind of talking, and she maintains very intense eye contact the whole time with this, as some of the people start kind of going on and, kind of agreeing with you and start having more of a conversation with you. And you can see the overseer is a little bit off-put by the fact that of the 7 that walked in with him, 4 of those have kind of joined you and Vea in this conversation. And he kind of walks over and grabs his drink and mingles with some other crowds now. So you keep an eye out on everything, right? You can roll, we'll say perception. You just kind of keep a general eye on things.
Perception is shit, Michael. Okay. So many times. 17.
17? Okay. Looking around, we would see people mingling and talking with themselves, people talking to Adris. You see he talks with Losnar, and Losnar kind of shakes his hand and kind of talks to him, but he's like, I'm sorry, I must be going. It's like he kind of just immediately walked away from Overseer. Overseer kind of just, okay. You see a bit of a crowd was clapping as you're kind of listening in. You see the Overseer talking to about 15 people right now. He goes, you know, I have received word from the Magistratus that there was a notice of resignation from one of the members, and since this paperwork has been filed, I plan to put my name in regards to replacement. And he goes,
we haven't heard that, right? It
No.
hasn't been confirmed.
hasn't been officially confirmed. He's making this public to the people
Who
around the
is?
group. The overseer.
Oh.
He's making it public, and it's not public.
Yes.
Mm.
And he goes, so I propose a toast to what I see as an inevitability of my greatness and further extension to the cause. And some of these people
can
kind
I
of...
walk up?
Keep in mind, this is technically your boss. The overseer is the person who oversees all of Vis Culmini.
Yeah.
I just want to get closer.
You walk up. And as he kind of takes that, people kind of take up their glasses and kind of cheers to him, and so people kind of pat on the back, and he goes, I'm sure you'll get it, watch out. And then another guy over is like, he goes, you know, there might be other people who put their names in, but, you know, I got your back on anything, overseer.
Who said that?
Just some other people on him, certain atrium members, all this stuff. There's like a bit of this kind of going on, and you kind of listen to this conversation. Losen or Orm is kind of closer to you, and you hear him go, pretty sure this is my day, is it not? As he kind of looks to you.
The audacity.
He goes, well, seeing as I know your Soledron has no intent, he goes, an overseer definitely stated intent on something that has not been officially confirmed. He goes, I represent 5 votes, as I will be representing all of the 13th district. I'll make sure all 5 votes go to you. There's like, he's like, okay, whew, like, yes, fucking, that's a big thing. At this point, with him in there, it'll be 65 votes in the next election cycle, or for this next thing. 5 of that, a decent amount. You also have a few other people, you know, Vea, Alcoro will vote for you, a few others. You have good standing right now. So you continue kind of going around mingling. Are you doing anything at this moment?
I'm just trying to walk around also, picking up conversations, anything that stands out interesting.
Two things. Insight and then investigation, actually. Which dice will you choose and which one will fail you?
Insight and then investigation?
Mm-hmm.
Natural 20.
Woo! For a total?
Insight 32.
God damn.
Investigation 20. 22?
Can do. Looking around, you see overseer. He's kind of found himself at a table now. He slams a drink back, grabs another one, raises a cup, and remarks that an achievement such as this surely warrants the headache of tomorrow, and I will need another one. As Losen and Oren presents with a drink, and they toast together and they drink. And Losen will kind of like pats him on the shoulder, and says, to your inevitability and your ascension. And he kind of finishes the drink, puts it down on the table, walks away. Your insight was a natural 20, right?
No. Yeah, my insight was natural.
For a total of 32. Losena, or you can read lips too, so you gotta know all that. And you kind of go and kind of like, we're looking at the facial. It was sarcastic. It was like sarcastic. It was dry. It was formalities without being formal. You do see Agnazod go over to the overseer. You know that Agnazod and the overseer have a very close relationship. brings him a shot glass of fireball, based after a favorite spell of the wizards. They kind of puts down, and he pushes one of them closer to Overseer, and they take him, clink, take the shot back, and Overseer. He goes, back when I was at the Andromeda Arcanum, I could handle those a lot better. He goes, but with my age, my tolerance for the hard stuff has actually gone down. He goes, I know, quite a dwarf I am. Agnes kind of laughs with him. Then, as you kind of keep an eye on all this, you want to know everything that's happening. Verid Hasovo, who is the dwarf male assistant to the Grand Overseer, who does most of the work for him and basically kind of runs a lot of this stuff without the title. The only thing he doesn't do is go to the meetings with like the Electus and the Imperator that the Grand Overseer has to do. But he does most of the work and gets none of the credit. You guys know that. You guys got respect him for what he does, but you know. He walks over, and you see him has 3 wine glasses on the table. Passes one to the Overseer, one to Agnazad, and he starts drinking. And Overseer goes, I just had ale, champagne, and whiskey within the last 5 minutes, and you pass me wine now? He goes, come on, you've told me plenty of stories about how much you drank the Imperator under the table one time. Like, a 1 glass of wine is not going to kill you, right? So, they drink the wine, they have some more talk, minutes go by, turns into like 15 or so minutes. Agnazad gets up and kind of pats both on his shoulder, they're laughing, and he kind of walks over, you see him burp, a little bit of flame comes out, and kind of walks through.
I'm gonna grab 3 drinks and go join them.
You grab 3 drinks and you guys walk over.
Hand one to Verid, have one to Grand Overseer. Good to see both of you.
Grand Keeper. He goes, stunning look. He goes, real dragon scales or?
No.
Oh, okay. Red goes, Lalandra. Your Overseer goes, you heard my announcement?
It's a night of celebration, isn't it?
Quite the night. He goes, truly a momentous occasion. He goes, I've waited my whole life for this moment. He goes, you know, I remember you when you were still just an apprentice to the previous keeper. Kind of burps again. He goes, truly, it was such an honor to see you become this magnificent hunter. And even if you're not a dwarf, you have excelled, and any expectations anybody's had, you blew them away. You are a remarkable individual.
It's been an honor to work alongside you.
Sounds very racist.
Kind of drinks a drink. He gets like, sweating a little bit. Like he's kind of like
Fucked up.
a little fucked up. He's had a lot. Everyone he's been cheering with, like he's been drinking with them and all that stuff. He goes, I assume you plan on staying as keeper. You don't shoot for the overseer position.
Of course.
He goes, if you do, let me know. I can teach you all the ins and outs of the job. And Red Episode goes, or I could, seeing as I do most of it. And he goes, you are the best assistant a man could ever ask for.
Verid, I am glad that you can join us tonight.
He goes, I was not a +1. I was offered my own invitation to this event.
That is wonderful to hear.
Because I'm glad that all of what I do has not gone unnoticed.
It does not.
And he's like, my dear boy, nothing you do goes unnoticed. You are just excellent. He goes, and when I get into the Magistratus Electus, I will put such a good word in for you.
He's a dick.
This has been your boss for like, 2,000 years. He is who he is, and he is not the best person.
So what has kept you so busy today? We did not see you at all.
He goes, well, I head down to Dorthrell's, Dorthrell, a little cobbler over in the lumber district, and asked him to prepare my finest shoes, as he has the shoes that are really nicely polished. He goes, he still owes me one since I got his Grand Corcio little card signed for him. He goes, besides that, I had a few meetings with some friends that may or may not be on the atrium. He goes, and I had a little bit of a sit down with Tomas of the Magistratus, and he informed me that let's keep this a little hush hush.
Of course.
Durek Gravin is the one to be retiring, and Master of the Arcane Arts. He was.
Let's keep this hush hush, but I just told fucking everyone.
Everyone.
Well, he didn't say any names. Now he's saying a name.
Oh, okay.
He goes, as you know, I excel with the Arcane Arts.
Of course.
It felt only right. Me and Durek, we actually taught at the Andromeda Sargon together.
Such an odd time for him to retire.
It was, I guess he's just not feeling fair for the job anymore. Being part of the Magistratus is tiring, daunting, exhausting. Responsibilities of the entire kingdom all fall upon you and 4 others. He goes, I understand you'd be familiar with the responsibilities yourself as a member of Vis Culmini. Split between the 9 of you.
Mm-hmm.
9 of you. 9 of us. Sorry, I've already seen myself in that chair.
I'm with you now. I've tried to see past it. I've tried to just be like, he's drunk.
He goes,
How drunk is he? Can I kill him without him? Sorry. Go ahead.
Think about the long game. The long game.
and we have the traitor, guys. He goes, ooh. The responsibilities of the Grand Overseer has trained me up for 3,000 years now, this responsibility, and I'm sure I can handle the task of the Master of Arcane Arts.
I have no doubt.
And Verad goes, he goes, yeah, with everything you've done as the Grand Overseer, he goes, I feel I might be available for the Master of Arcane Arts. And he goes, don't get any ideas now, Pasovo. That's my chair. He kind of laughs and he goes, Very kind of laughs and goes, is that a Lanera? He goes, I love her music. Forgive me,
Of course, enjoy
don't
your
want to
night.
fanboy, but he gets up and he kind of walks over and he goes, Lanera. And kind of just talking to him. You and the Grand Overseer are kind of by yourselves now. He goes, he's a good man. He goes, I don't know if any of the others are ready for the spy as Grand Overseer. He goes, he does great work. He knows the job well enough.
He does.
I'm thinking of recommending him to be the Grand Overseer. It was quite the step up. Now being a true member of Vis Culmini to running it.
Huge step up.
You'll have to, make sure the others treat him properly. Because I don't want there to be any hard feelings. He goes, but if Gallus was here, he would be the one recommended for the spot. He left the young gnome in his stead, and he does great work, but he's not ready for the task. Baird has been my assistant longer than Sigil has been a member of Vis Culmini. He goes and Isoladron has no motivation to reach higher. Spends all his time with the gods-given robots. He is Salus, bless her heart, genius as she is. She's found her spot. She's good there. She shouldn't overextend herself.
You've done such a great job, though, with Vis Culmini.
Think about the job I could do for the entire kingdom as a master of arcane arts.
Fair.
Kind of like the yawns at this point. He goes, kind of raised a hand with a champagne glass brought over to him, and he goes, I don't know how many more of these I have, but it was celebration.
Enjoy your night.
Cheers another one to himself, and you get up and walk yourself away. You find Elise, Sigil. She goes, you're shorter than I remembered.
Yeah, I'm usually, a bit in the pod, up in the air, so
At least
I
the
get that.
wiring isn't so wiry.
Yeah, it's not so prominent right now.
She kind of looks around, and you guys are kind of off to the side. You guys got like a chocolate little fountain and some strawberries. I figured out how. You can see she's like twirling a bit of like a silent spell around you guys, just like very subtly.
I still think we should find a private booth for this.
Just let us walk then.
Okay, let's go.
You guys leave the establishment and go into like one of the halls, like separate.
Sure.
You guys watch Sigil and Elise make their way out of this main kind of gauntlet chamber. Nice little broom closet for some 7 minutes in heaven.
Cameras?
There are cameras,
Okay,
but what are cameras to the
that's true. Yeah.
Grand Arcane
I
Engineer?
would still like to turn
Face
away
away from
it.
cameras. Okay. She kind of has her hand covered her mouth, and she has a little bit of a silent spell kind of just running around her. I found
You found out.
some interesting things. We've been looking for a fragment of divinity to help with this whole process.
Okay. Who's he exactly?
He goes, well, me and you, I've been searching for this, but this is what we need for us. No one, just us.
Yes.
I
She
saw
goes,
them, maybe, yeah?
yes. He goes, Orad Malvos.
Okay.
There is she goes, there is apparently a secret, I should say secret, or I should just say more of inaccessible area known as the Watchtower.
Okay.
Lots of the ancient relics and divine vestiges are kept there. That's to prevent exactly apotheosis.
Right.
Having these fragments of divinity would help those be successful.
100% so.
But there is Legatus Militarum that are positioned around that area of Rug Malvos. If we were to get into this watchtower and get some of these relics, they could be the catalyst for what we wish to do.
Okay. Do you have any idea on how we would be able to get in?
No.
I'll have to start working on something.
During the Festival of the New Moon, most people will be either celebrating or in Gormornis. Even there's even less people around Malvos, we can try to sneak in, but that's a few months away.
Yeah.
We just need an opening. Just a moment for us to slip through. She goes, I can hide myself between planes. She goes, that's what Ezreal taught me to do. That can help us get into this this watchtower.
Right. We need to make sure that if we're gonna do this, it has to go off without a hitch. We have to be absolutely sure. No mistakes. No whispers. It's absolutely.
I know.
Close.
She like shakes her head. She's like, right there. I'd like, it's practically right there in front of us.
Right around the corner.
We just need an opening.
I'll figure something out.
Back in the main chamber, you are still talking to kind of overseeing him. Just left him. You kind of watch them walk away. You were chit-chatting with people. Anything you two are doing?
I'm sent her a message and say, I think it's time to get rid of her. Who? I didn't say her name.
Elise? What did she do to you?
I can't trust her.
She walked away with me?
Yes.
They're just making out.
That's even worse.
I just don't see why that's a huge issue.
You sent her a message.
What did she do?
She's being secretive.
They might be dating.
I'm gonna ask her. See if she lies to me.
Let's try a little more information before acting so drastically.
I don't trust anyone.
We don't have to trust her. We obviously don't tell her anything.
I'll keep my
Fine.
information. I don't know. I think I'm gonna try to. Do I go over there? I'm talking to people.
Well, you.
Yeah,
I mean, you probably could be like, you guys are queued on the link.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's right.
We'll keep our eyes on her. She's your assistant. Definitely talk to her. They might just be into each other.
No. I can't trust you.
That's fair.
You're off the list.
You're up.
I just don't see how there's any trust lost because your underling is
I don't trust
talking
anybody.
to
I
somebody else.
barely even trust them. I don't even trust myself.
Well, so you guys are gonna have this conversation. Are you doing anything? Or are you just kind of listening to the conversation?
I'm listening and just trying to think. Maybe we can be proactive and finding out if we can trust her. Should we set like information trap?
Who can I have follow her?
I mean, I can certainly have
Karis?
Augustus.
Is that her name? Karis? Karis?
This would be. Let's see. I'm not on your sheet. My bad.
That should always be on my sheet, dude.
Alright. Yeah, I got 4 of you guys to look after. Carice,
Karis.
you wish to give her a call?
Who's Carice?
She's like one of my
So
loyal people.
if you look at the Interbellum and Venio, which is the people that work for her, Carice is one of the basically they're like the people that work under the Grand Planewalker, and they're allowed to move between planes, basically.
I'm gonna ask. I'll talk to what's her name first, and then possibly ask Grace to follow her secretly. Are you the traitor? Seems like it.
I'm real something. What are you? She's actively putting hits on people.
I'm all
Make it
for
look like an
that.
accident.
What needs to be done needs to be done sometimes.
Crazy.
I don't know, you're having secret meetings about stuff? Like, you're not innocent either.
Any word of that about, hey, go off this dude, but make it look like
So,
We all have our secrets, guys.
I hate this, but I have a question. Is Greta
Wait, I know about that, right?
at the party?
offing somebody?
Is Greta here?
You're a part of that?
no.
Kind of.
I
She's
mean,
not.
you don't know about this specific one because I didn't give names or anything, but yeah, you know that
I
things
want to talk
happen.
to her, but I don't.
I
So
don't trust that.
you guys watch as they come back into the room. They come back into the main chamber.
Pause. I know she's gonna send someone to get. Right?
No, she hasn't told you anything.
Oh.
You guys have to. You guys have to
I don't
talk to
think
each other about that stuff.
Yeah.
So, you guys make your way back into the main chamber. Or you guys make your. You're kind of talking to each other.
I do the same.
You see, Losiner Orm is like, no more, please, any more, I think I might throw up. Someone's like, come on, just one last cheers, and he's like, oh, fuck. He goes, I've been to the moon. What's another shot? As he takes a drink. Off in the distance, someone's like singing, and people are kind of like, like cheering when she finishes. You see, Verid Kosovo is like, that was beautiful, excellent, fantastic. You guys kind of look around, and you see Overseer is literally just face down on the table, just fucking passed out. You guys would see Agnazod. You see he's kind of like in the corner, and there's like a dwarf and a core male that are kind of talking to him, and he is like kind of taking his head, and he's like, no, that was literally the worst drink I've ever had. And the core is like, agreed, that was absolutely awful, I don't know why you have that. And the dwarf's like, it's not that bad, like, I mean, it's a lot of ginger. And he's like, yeah, but that doesn't, no, we just don't do that. And they're kind of like, they're all having these little side conversations. You can see people are like mingling about. Your keen eyes, you kind of look over and you see an Genasi male kind of standing there, just kind of watching about. And you see Cal Cornell looking at some like chocolate strawberries and kind of bites one and then throws it away. And he kind of looks over to like where there would be like a clock on the wall and kind of looks towards you and then he goes back to socialize people around him. What are you guys doing now?
Grand Overseer's assistant.
Hmm?
Why don't you go talk to him?
You make your way over to him. Then as you find him, you see he's very ecstatic and Lanera Sina, am I right? Absolutely beautiful voice.
Absolutely.
I would say the best voice, not just in the Under-Kingdom, but all of Samdara.
I would agree.
I will also say I haven't seen that many
Same here. I'm
people outside, but
usually just working on stuff.
uh,
So
how's it going, Sigil?
it's doing good. Good. How about you?
He goes,
Possible promotion in the future, huh?
I don't know where I'd be promoted to. He goes, but I'm interested to see how things will shake up with Overseer stepping up to next level.
We know you do a lot of work. Most, probably. I know he's busy with other things as well. He knows what he's doing too. I'm not trying to put him down. I'm just saying, I think he'd be a good candidate for Overseer.
He goes, I would not want to be too proudful to say that I think myself worthy of such a spot, but I also would understand if those who are already members of Vis Culmini would have that seniority for that spot. Should someone like yourself move forward, he goes, I have known many things.
You've been assistant to the Overseer longer than I have had this position. You've been dealing with things probably more difficult and more annoying to deal with than I have.
It's just a lot of paperwork mostly, but I do deal with some of the arcane stuff.
Get through it.
He goes, I do appreciate your vote of confidence. He goes, if it happens, I will be thrilled. He goes, but I do not have my position so high as to let myself so down.
Okay, fair enough. Who do you expect to take that position then?
If I could be honest with you, I think Salis is perfect for the spot of Overseer. I believe she would be the best candidate for Overseer. Because I obviously mean no offense to you, but you are the most recent member.
Right.
And
I agree.
we would not have the Reactrix Core if it wasn't for Salis.
Right.
She is the reason all of this even happens. And to be honest, the fact that they don't even Overseer doesn't see her as competition for the seat, quite insulting a bit.
Yeah, I agree too. Especially, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like he's more into his political maneuverings than he is in focusing on the Overseer position.
Before I came along, he did his job.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came along, the more he pushed off onto me, so he had more free time to do as he would like. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, I'm just stating what has happened.
Alright.
For what he does in his purposes and his goals, those are his own. I can only speak on how I feel and how the things I see happen. I think he would best be fit for the same type of treatment as Gallus.
I see.
Because he would have all the free time that he would want.
That he would. And he could talk to as many people as he would like.
I just believe that if one is to do a job, they should do it properly and not to shirk off responsibility onto everyone around them. Because I know you have had to pick up a bit of slack on a lot of things. Because I know Gallus left with quite a bit of a mess on the plate, and you've had to clean up. I know Isola Jonas doing the work of thousands of men. I know Salis single-handedly maintains his entire kingdom. He goes, each one of you guys is crucial to what this kingdom needs. And I just do not see the Overseer as being someone that is crucial to what's happening at this point.
At this point, yeah. I take pride in my work, and I'm sure the others do too. It seems like he's taking pride in the fact that he can move up, other than in what
He takes pride in the position, not in the work he does.
Yes.
But I am super excited to be in a position where I am working for a man such as him, and I look forward to seeing him ascend to the next seat if that's what is in his future.
Agreed. And yeah, I'm rooting for you actually. So I would look forward to working with you.
Working alongside me.
Fair
You guys.
enough. How long have we been here?
Probably 2 or 3 hours at this point of you guys just socializing, drinking. You guys can be in various states of inebriation as you guys want. You probably have had more to drink than most of them.
Definitely.
Not a drop.
What do you guys do?
I'll go ahead and step out into one of the hallways or whatever.
Yep.
Avoiding, eyes and everything like that. And I'm gonna make a call to Kasara.
Okay.
Sit down.
You make the call.
I'm also gonna cast silence as I kind of,
Mm-hmm.
hit shadows, bounce around, just staying
Yeah, roll a stealth check as well.
staying out of sight and prying eyes or ears.
Any in the chat still?
Nope. We had a bot try to sell viewers.
Nice. Did they get you?
Oh, dude, I'm gonna buy like 30 of them.
20.
She sleep.
26?
26 for the stealth. You, without being seen, you're out of there.
I tried to stealth. I'd probably die.
You would break a hip. You stealth out of there. Make the call. What are you saying?
How's your night?
Quite uneventful. Just stayed in at the headquarters and, finished up some paperwork. Did a little bit of reorganizing of some of the labyrinthian orbs. Watched a bit of shows. Just normal day's work. Nothing eventful. It was.
So everything was taken care of.
Oh yeah, all the paperwork cleaned up, cleared. No issues whatsoever.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
I'm well, paperwork is nothing but an easy job for people of our skill set,
I am proud of you, Kasara.
Thank you, Cooper.
Just like casually as fuck. Yeah. Good as shit.
Head back inside.
Yeah, head back inside. You two, anything happening on this side?
I want to talk to. Well, I'm going to talk to Donovan Astro.
Okay.
To chat about what they think about the overseer and his little toast.
You as well. As he's very traditional. I definitely feel that sometimes I strain the political confines of my role and switch almost to the economic standpoint. Because, but Dazamalor, being the Commerce District, all the Kingdom of Marel would benefit greatly from trade with other civilizations. Our wares would excel on the market in all these other places. He goes, and certain things we don't have access to here, we could easily obtain from the other civilizations. He goes, I think a Marel without its confines would be an exceptional one.
I hope you know where I stand on
He goes, and I hope you know I stand by your side on that. He goes, the overseer and his ruggedish toast, it's just words. There are others in the atrium that stand where I stand.
that. Thank you.
If you put your name forward, we will go.
Wonderful chatting with you. I appreciate your words.
And I appreciate everything you do, Grand Siphoner. You have a good night.
You too. And then I find you guys. Where are you at?
I'm actually gonna go find him.
What are you gonna say?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. If you guys have to do, go for it.
No, I was gonna ask Elise something, but
Oh, cool.
I shouldn't bring it up.
Landra, you go find Sigil. You are finding her?
Yeah, I'm just gonna find. I'm just.
Or are you guys both gonna go follow her towards him?
Well, I'll
Gonna have a
her.
little powwow, guys.
Watching that beach. I don't know if she's doing anything.
She's currently talking.
Her talking to other people and not informing me is
Another member of Vis Culmini, and we talked right in front of you in our little headquarters. It was completely open.
Hold on. She's currently talking to Vea Alcara, the tiefling member of the atrium.
You or
No, Elise.
Oh.
She doesn't have any conversation. Vea Alcara,
She should be.
member of the
She's one of
atrium.
our allies.
So you find her as she's like fucking hawk eyes on
daggers.
Yeah.
no, I'm not. You can't even tell when I'm looking, people.
Yeah, out of pure black. It's fucking
That is
crazy.
true. It's better than everything.
So you're subtly doing it.
Kind of
No one knows I'm looking at him.
in a shaded corner of the room, you just
Just in
see
the corner.
red lipstick, red dress.
That's
Oh, look at this pattern on the wall. Like,
She
Oh,
makes
that's
me
a boob.
laugh with his teeth and lips.
So, you make your way over to her. Was there anything you want to talk about, or are you just hanging out for a little bit?
I'm just asking if she's seen Bertrand Villar here.
Have I?
Roll a perception
Nice.
or investigation. You're yeah.
You're not good at perception?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, everything else.
that was a good roll, though.
I thought
What'd
you
you say?
were.
Perception or
Investigation.
It's you that's good at perception.
Investigation would be
You're a ranger, aren't you?
20.
20. Look
I'm
around.
literally at the hunt.
You do not
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
Bertrand
That's
Villar.
what I was just like going through my mind.
That would be the economic atrium member of Orad Movos. You do not see him present.
I haven't seen him. Did he not show?
You haven't seen him all night.
Yeah.
Um.
I saw that hurt.
Yeah.
Did he
Yeah.
not show?
I'm just like, interesting. I want to talk to him about some energy going to his district, but I guess he's not here.
There would have been at least like one of the members of the Orad Movos atrium here earlier, but they would have left already. Being from the religious district, they kind of have a little bit of this root to them. These type of social gathering parties aren't necessarily their cup of tea.
Forte.
Yeah.
But him being
Or Kia
economic
Forte.
would be the most likely one I would chat with.
Yeah, if he was to be here, or if there was one of them to be here, beside, like he'd be one of them.
Especially for renovation district. Just curious.
Yeah.
Some interesting stuff going on in his district.
Okay. You find your way over to Sigil.
Sigil,
Hello.
how's your night?
Oh, it's going great. Just enjoying the festivities.
Do you
Great.
enjoy nights out like this? Social nights?
Yeah, kind of sometimes. Sometimes the work just gets a little overwhelming.
You seemed busy today.
Yeah, really busy.
Any issues? Anything you might need help with?
There was like a bent or a wobbly pylon.
Happens to me in the morning.
Yeah, just routine stuff. Just kind of getting monotonous.
I can't wait for the next hunt.
Yeah.
Get out of the city.
How fun is that? That sounds real fun.
It's the best.
Just go around capturing beasts and stuff. How do you go about capturing them without just killing them? How's that work?
All about the tracking, figuring out, what their weakness is, what we could do.
Just straight hard. you actually like battle them, or do you just like set up like ambushes to trap?
Depends what it is.
Okay,
Depends who I bring with me.
gotcha. Makes sense. It's been a long day.
So,
So,
you and Elise,
what about it?
are you dating?
No,
No.
we're just friends.
You asked her to the gala.
I did. We're good friends.
It's always good to have friends.
It is. Friends can get you out of tough spots.
Very true. Well, I do think she, likes your company, so.
I enjoy hers as well. Strictly friends.
Okay.
Nothing beyond that.
Okay.
No need to worry.
No worries. Wish all of my members, happiness.
Appreciate that.
Enjoy your night.
What's that sounding so honestly threatening? It's like,
a glass shatters on the opposite side of the room where you guys are, as one of the the little dancers that walk around with the different drinks. You see she's standing at the overseer's table, and she's like pushed him, and he's not moving, and the plate of drinks shatters. Virid Persovo is the first one running over here. His assistant.
Oh.
Agnazod is just behind, sprinting.
I will also.
I left my pot outside.
You left your pot outside here.
I'll glide over.
You
I'm going to.
cover. You guys all kind of convene, and Virid Persovo is kind of checking. You see Agnazod Fakenblade puts his hand on the overseer's shoulder. Boom. Lay on hands. All of it. No movement. Kind of lifts him up. As you lift him up, you can see there's a bit of like this foam built on the corner of the mouth down the cheek where he's laying.
Ooh.
You see the eyes are bloodshot red. He kind of leans it back, and there's like a like gasp as people are like seeing this, and you see Agnazod goes, "Someone get the guards!" And he's like shouting out, and he's like, "And get these people back!" And a little bit like this kind of perimeter is kind of around Isoledron is like looking. You see, and then within like 30 seconds, you see the constructs start walking in. And they walk in and kind of form this perimeter around you guys. So most of the party is kind of to the side, and you guys are all around this body.
Can I start, can I turn my little Omni tool into a computer, basically?
Yeah.
And try to tap into the cameras and see.
You do it. Go ahead and roll a Technomancer check to see how quick you do it. Are you guys doing anything?
Can I do it?
You see Nalia
Can you
goes.
teleport the body somewhere else? 35?
You see Nalia
I
goes.
think that would make me look like I did something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Forgive me, Idris. As she like shocks him with like electricity, like basically just trying to.
Start the heart again. Yeah.
And the body's. She goes, okay, that didn't work. That's good. She goes, that's my fingerprints. You see,
It's not looking good.
I'm gonna. I don't know with what. Maybe with napkins, cloth, whatever. Collect all the glasses that he had around them.
you start.
All the drinkware.
Yep.
Is it common knowledge to like everybody basically that her and the overseer were kind of not butting heads, but in a sort of competition for this?
Look at you pointing fingers.
There definitely was people that know there is like opposing beliefs, and she definitely has made it kind of clear that she would like to be in that position, and he's made it very clear he wants to be in that position.
Yeah, sure.
Not that obvious.
Yeah, I'll just take a look at her and
I look
see
around
her
to
facial
see if I
reaction.
see anybody looking suspicious.
Inside. Okay, 35. You said
35.
35. Super quick. Camera's in here. So you look around, and you see kind of fast forwarding the whole thing like this, kind of like Iron Man, like holographic screen. Like you're just watching. You have like 4 screens up. You're kind of looking at all of this. Looking through, you see everything that happened tonight. You see people talking to him, people drinking with him. You see many members of Atrium drinking with him. You see Losin or Orm drinking with him.
I'm also looking for
Sovo, Agnazad,
anything
Alandra.
like if somebody's put an arm around him, or if somebody has bumped into him, or if he's even flinched.
Yeah, there's no like flinching, but there's a lot of people who are interacting. He was around so many people, shaking hands, hugging, all that stuff.
Question, do I get advantage since I've been watching him?
Watching.
That's a good point. She
The
did
overseer?
say that she was watching him intensely.
Yes, you are doing insight on everybody around right now.
Okay, so can I also do, or what? That wouldn't be insight. That would be like remembering, I guess.
We're doing insight because on the people around right now. 22. So on the people around, you see lots of shocked people. People are like looking over the contract. The contracts have like locked arms to kind of form this barricade, and you're kind of looking over as like people are kind of hearing. You see some looks. You see Kel Cornell with a little bit of this kind of
That's stupid ass.
curious look.
Yeah, he is.
You see Donovan, the Atrium member, who is kind of like also like wide-eyed.
The one that talked to.
Yeah, I know.
You see many people kind of all like confused, but no one stands out as like
Killer?
yeah, nothing stands out like oh, I'm so happy I killed somebody.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
if someone
Obvious.
You're looking for like any type of tell. Like if someone's overselling the what happened, you know, like you don't
Or
see.
just to look like trying to save anybody.
Yeah, you're not seeing on 20. You're not seeing anything right now.
Anybody.
Nobody around. The people that are close around you that you kind of look at. See Salas?
I
Alondra?
don't mind them. I only look
Sigil?
at him and
Agnazad? Isoladron? Nalia Alvahir? And Vera Kosovo.
The Vis Culmini, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so do I remember seeing anything suspicious?
There were so many people. Everyone was cheering him. Everything up to this point just looked like he was just getting shit-faced drunk with people.
And I've got the video if you guys want to
Yeah,
see
you guys can all look at this
every
video as
single
you're kind of looking at it.
Can I try to detect poison and disease?
So you cast a spell. What level is it?
It's level 1.
Level 1. You cast it. On none of the cups do you get anything, but on him, that foam, you just sense poison.
It tells me you can also identify the kind of poison, poisonous creature, or disease.
Okay. This is the poison. This is Ornacian matron spider's venom.
Oh my god.
There is a rare type of spider within the trees of the Ornacian world tree. They have an extremely potent venom.
Say that one more time. Ornacian.
Ornacian matron spider.
Where is Ornan? Where?
So the Ornacian world tree is a world tree you guys are built under.
Okay.
How big
so
is this
it's not
spider?
like someone would have to go far.
Yeah.
Is it a really big spider, or is it just a normal sized spider?
You probably, if you had like a cage on your hip with a spider in it,
Okay.
it probably could fit that.
Okay, so not too big.
It is one of those
But
spiders.
big enough you'll see. Big enough that you would see.
Yeah,
not
it's
like
it's like a
tiny
fucking
Right.
torrent. This is
Yeah.
this isn't just an Ornacian spider. This is a matron spider. This is the fucking fat mama of them, you know.
What I was thinking was, if it was a huge one, then maybe our Beastmaster or Hunter.
Oh my
I was thinking
god.
if it was
So-
a small one, someone let it on him.
The Ornacian matron spider's venom was used for this. It is odorless, it is tasteless, and it is expressly forbidden. Now, do you share this information with the group?
Odorless and tasteless?
Mm-hmm.
Tasteless. forbidden.
So, you would know this because it's expressly forbidden to everyone except for the Grand Keeper of Tribute, the Grand Drake Warden, and Magistratus members, and the Imperator.
Wait, say that again?
Yeah. Can you
Someone
read
trying
that?
to frame me.
Imperator, the Magistratus, the Grand Drake Warden, and the Grand Keeper of Tribute. So Agnes on Fangblade, her,
Uh-huh.
and everyone above you guys are the only people who have access to
So
that.
none of us three have
Everyone
access.
above.
Not Isol,
Hey.
not Vera Kosovo, not the Overseer himself, not
And
That we
Nalia.
know of.
Keeper.
This is as any
Yes.
But what about the Grand Overseer?
Grand Overseer can't do this. It's
You
only just those two people in
Grand
the
Keeper
this morning.
and Grand.
You said, what's his name? What was his name?
Vera Kosovo,
No,
Agnes on Fangblade,
yeah, him.
him,
Didn't he?
and Alondra. No, he's here with you. He put the lay on hands on him, but he was
He
there
walked
early.
away from him earlier.
Yeah, he was there with them and they were drinking
Right.
with him and Vera Kosovo and the Overseer.
How far away are all the other guests?
They're about like 40 feet back from this site as the constructs have now made this kind of ring.
I will use our connection and tell them.
All of the Vis Culmini?
Yes.
What are you telling them?
It was a venom from Ornasian matron spider.
And so we hear that.
Everyone.
And,
She said
yeah,
everyone.
all of us. I'm just looking at everyone's expression as she's like,
Yeah.
as soon as we hear that, but I'm sure so is everybody else.
Immediately.
But yeah.
One, you're speaking to us. Two, you deal with the beast and everything. So
But why would she point it out?
Yeah.
To everyone?
why wouldn't you?
It's like
Why
an
would I
Among
kill
Us when
my-
you self-report.
Why would I kill my boss in front of everyone?
Isol hears that, looks to you, then looks to Agnazod,
I would have done it. No, I'm just kidding.
and they kind of look confused. Nalia looks to you and to Agnazod, looks to you. Vera Kosovo is just kind of looking at him like, and then looks to you like, because he know what he just said to you not too long ago, and now he's like,
Right.
fuck, like,
And I got the same thought running through my head.
Yeah.
I was
And he's
talking
like-
shit too. So.
and I think no inside check needed. Like, you can see like, this looks so bad for me.
Right.
Because he didn't hear what she just said to everybody,
Right.
you know, or to all you all. Anything happen in this moment as you guys all kind of have this like stare down?
I'm hitting the buzzer. Just kidding.
I'm fully annoyed. I'm like super annoyed. I'm really annoyed. I'm like, wow. It's gonna look bad for me.
I mean, from what I just told you, no, it shouldn't, because you don't have access to it.
But, I have connections. Who knows?
Would we be the ones to be handling the investigation for this, or would there be people?
Technically, if there'd be Legatus Militarum that would come in and handle the detectives of them would come in and handle this, which they've been called for,
Okay.
and they should be on their way.
Then I'll just stand.
If anybody was to lead an investigation of this high thing, technically it would be the Grand Keeper of Tribute. She acts as the detective. in these situations.
Immediately
Interesting.
vetoed. Sorry, we can't have you leading this investigation. Just you already know why.
Why?
I would not try to lead this investigation.
Nalia
Because
Nalia
she
kind of
has
goes,
access to it. Go on.
why would you veto this? She is our greatest detective and inspector.
I understand,
I-
but just
I understand what she
because
said,
there might
but-
be some suspicion. That way, it's a fair. Nobody can say that she's tampering with evidence. Does that make sense?
I don't have
But if
any
anybody
suspicion.
has the keen eye for this, it would be her. Why not let her investigate? When the other ones come, they can also investigate to
Okay,
confirm her
That's
word.
not actually, yeah. Why not?
I know you are new to
I
this
was
Vis Culmini
just
thing, but
thinking, it's better for them to handle it that way. There's
Sweaty
no
pepperoni.
suspicion on
Sweaty
her
pepperoni.
if anything
That's
else
it.
goes on.
beep, 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 beep. Your Vis Culmini badges are ringing.
Okay.
You guys can all communicate with each other
Hello.
with these telepathically, but also back in the Vis Culmini quarters, technically the secretary desk of Mona Yos. She can also send a message out to all you guys at once. It is not Mona's voice that comes out. It is Luca 1.
Who?
Luca 1.
The construct.
He is the construct.
Oh.
001.
Oh.
He goes, excuse no formalities, Vis Culmini. The core is receiving very abnormal readings at the moment.
Oh my
Fucking
god, the
God.
world is ending.
The Reactrix shielding is reporting malfunctions, and the shield walls are thinning as we speak. As we speak. We
I'm not this bitch.
we also have reports that there are surges happening within the energy systems due to the planar connections are not aligning properly with our constellations. There's these surges are quite potent. I would urge all of you to get back here as
I'm
soon as
already
possible.
Can we message back?
Are you teleporting with the whole group?
Not me. I'm unwilling.
We're going.
He hates us.
No, we're in the middle of the Overseer's death.
Isol has his constructs forming a perimeter around them, and they will do everything he will. And they are very powerful. And he goes, well, we're going back. I have to go check on this, because if those shield walls go down, there's nothing left. So,
We'll go.
you don't?
No.
Okay, so everyone goes. Agnazod goes. You go?
Yeah.
Okay. Vera Pasova is going to stay. You guys all teleport. You cannot teleport into the Vis Culmini quarters. It is forbidden to all except for you. You have this ability, so you. It is not quite a teleport as in like just teleport to 2 points. It is a second of entering a different plane to plane shifts back into the realm. As you go ahead, and we're going to do this as a teleport. Mark off a 7th level spell slot. You guys land. Yeah, you guys land here.
Out.
Yeah. You land in this area, and you can see there's like flashing red light, and you see the Grand Core shield is like looking at parts of the like machinery in the bottom floor, and like the Grand, and he's like he has the containment kind of armor on, so he's like looking at everything, and he goes, I don't know how to run this. And you hear Luca going, is there a red wire? We've always been told to look for a red wire. And as Isol goes, get him out of there, and he sends 4 constructs down there.
I'll throw on my containment suit.
You look down there. Go ahead and give me an investigation or Arcana. If you want to assist with this, you can. Isol Aldrin will also assist with this. So we're going to have 3 rolls. These are going to have to be higher than a 25 Arcana check, but we're pushing for 30 is what we want.
Okay. Who's doing what?
Each person is making Arcana.
Okay.
It's basically, you guys are working at 3 things. You're trying to contain the energy down.
Anxiety, dude. This is
You are looking at the actual programming, and he's looking at the hardware.
Shit.
Okay, so his on this,
Damn it.
because he's doing investigation on Arcana, is
Investigation.
plus
You
15.
guys don't have advantage.
Wait, what?
Was it?
Arcana
You guys
or
don't have
what?
to
Sorry,
use advantage.
for her?
Arcana
I
investigation.
didn't think about that.
So,
Mine are the same.
so what did you get?
Okay, 27 for Isol Aldron.
24.
24? What'd you get?
29.
29.
Shit.
Just shy. Nalia Alvear is going to add a D4 to that for this roll,
I do not.
and mark off one of her uses.
Thank you.
So roll a D4 and add it.
Have it check.
It's simple because you automatically pass. We're just going to see what the actual end number is.
Sorry, which one's a D4?
The pyramids.
This one?
Yeah.
D4? Yes.
1. So 25 exactly.
Nice.
We get to the point.
Can't believe myself.
You guys cannot contain this, but you guys can buy some time.
Okay.
Redirecting energy to this area to just basically put tons of energy into the shielding.
This isn't good for my anxiety at all.
You are looking at the programming. Readings are off. You guys, each district is linked to a constellation. Each constellation is basically acting as like this relay, focusing the energy down to these And you basically almost look like celestial alignments is what we process this whole thing by. That is why the Iron of Marel is in the middle, and we have all the districts surrounding it. Constellations are not aligning. We're not getting readings from 3 constellations.
How would we even...
Isol Aldron is having constructs basically go up to this thing, and he is having them tribute themselves to sustain this moment.
Oh my god.
And we saw how powerful a construct's core is in the last part of this campaign. You guys will look at this. You get the readings as you look into the system. We're not getting reports on 3 constellations because 3 constellations are not in the sky anymore.
What the fuck is happening?
We are having 3 simultaneous starfall events at this moment.
What?
So starfall events are these celestial. The constellations sit in the space in the sky, and they are static.
Are those angels?
No, that's separate. A starfall event, each constellation is a very powerful thing. Starfall is when something or someone or an event calls a starfall down to a material thing, a tangible thing. In our last campaign, we saw the ring come down, and that created Solomon, who caused the starfall event to set the divine gate across the planet. We've seen in this campaign a starfall event of lightning bolts in which all the Alviers were revived. In this event, we're going to see 3 starfall events. For the month of Frost, the Great Winged Drake, that constellation is now missing out of the sky.
The
I
Great
forget
Drake.
this
Yes.
campaign is going to end really badly.
The month of heat.
The
The month of heat. The ring.
We're all going to die.
The ring constellation is no longer in the sky. And the month of Leafall, the lightning bolt constellation is no longer in the sky. As we are having 3 starfall events happening.
So,
Dragon, ring, lightning bolt.
right. But something has to cause those. It doesn't happen naturally. So something or somebody, right? How much power would that take?
That would take a significant amount of power. It took the combined forces of a Starfall child,
So-
Solomon, plus the Archangel Michael to enact a Starfall event.
Maybe somewhere around 1,000 years, 1% of...
Possibly. Possibly. And it's not just that you need energy or something like that.
Right.
There'd be intense rituals. There has to be some type of event, and it has to be someone with an insane knowledge of
Control.
magics.
Yeah.
You go off and produce from your bag of holding an obsidian mirror, and you look into it and you make a call. What are you doing?
I'm trying. I don't know.
I'm
Probably
already
have to do
attached to
stuff
this
with
character.
energy.
Looking up energy.
God,
Trying to
Quick
figure
reading.
out-
I just like
The charts, a lot of the districts are lower power than they should be right now.
Okay, so
There is one district that is overfilling with energy, Orad Malvos.
Orad Malvos.
What are you doing right now?
Fuck, I don't know. Is there any ways that I can go about trying to help the stabilization of 3?
Stabilization, you would know a few things right now. The core shield is thinning fast. They are attributing to put more energy into this. Auxiliary generators need to pump their energy into this system to make the core shield. But we also have to cool down the reactor so that it doesn't burn out the shield so fast. So we need tons of coolant. To get energy, we need the other generators working. We're going to need extra energy. You might have contacts that can help secure energy for situations kind of like this.
Yeah.
And for coolant, element of water or the element of ice. Those are 2 areas. So, possibly for you, maybe Duathi and Alsha might be the two you might need to contact after this. You guys need to secure energy for the core shield, and you need to secure coolant to cool the reactor until you can find what's causing the surges to stabilize the whole process. What do you do at this moment?
I'm heading to the vault.
You head to the vault. Vault doors open.
I'm checking the dragon.
You check the dragon. Dragon is asleep. Lying there, chained up, bloodstone chains embedded into it. Normal.
Everything looks fine.
Looking around, I mean, you keep a good tally here.
I tally everything.
Everything. You know that there's a missing labyrinthine maze orb. And this one, that if it's the right spot, that should contain an ancient red dragon.
Which one of you fuckers?
Okay. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and say you guys need to figure out what you're doing, because next time we play,
Can I please talk to the person I want to talk to? Please?
next time we play, we're gonna have a lot to go through.
I could play for another 30 minutes.
I already sort of have a little bit of a plan. I'm gonna call my assistant in and have him take my spot, and we should all go to the place that's overflowing with
We need
magic.
to go to, yeah.
I agree. I need to contact my contact and see.
All your contacts, yeah.
Well, the
Because
main
fire
one.
plan and yeah.
And see what is it?
Also, we might kind of want to let the Emperor know.
That's what I was.
Maybe start evacuation plans? I don't know. Do we have evacuation plans?
I am my own
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
evacuation
I
plan.
can teleport some places, but, you know.
All right.
So who knows about the missing labyrinthian?
No one yet,
Only
because I'm
her.
still in the vault.
As far as you know.
And I didn't know. I don't think you guys have like said out loud where energy was at. So
No.
No,
we have to.
I
have
think
to
we will
communicate
relay
with
that
each other.
information at the start of the next.
All right.
Shit's getting real, dude.
We're gonna end the stream there because
I'm
we're gonna
upset.
pick it up the next time.
So who'd you murder?
I didn't murder anybody.